discuss.
Oh yeah, we can. This fact we can't see chat because we can't connect to the internet.
Well, we got connected to the internet. The problem is that somehow the router not connecting to the internet because our chat monitor is running on Windows XP. And Windows XP,
it's a little
not the newest computer.
Just a little.
And so so it's rebooting now, which takes forever because it's a Windows XP computer from. I mean, it's XP, so we know it's newer than like 2001.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I feel like I had this computer that I bought it for Gail not long after we got married. So
Gail's his wife, though.
I assume
the
whole married bit alluded.
Just putting it out there.
Thank you.
And maybe Chad doesn't know.
I don't know.
We don't know because we can't see.
So we have no idea what Chad's thinking at all right now. But yeah, married for 15 years, so probably less than 15 years old, but not a lot. And so it's rebooting.
Sweet. And so on that note, we don't have a confidence monitor, which means that I can't see what you guys are seeing. So I have to assume that we're handsome. It's an assumption. I don't know if it's true. We can't see chat, so you can't fight me about it.
As Doug and I were discussing before you got here, you can assume you were handsome.
Yeah.
The two of us are going to assume maybe not so much.
We all have beards, and that automatically brings us up a point or two.
Fair point.
Okay.
I mean,
It covers up all the.
Mine. So there you go. You don't know who Helen is.
No.
You have got to watch Metaverse.
It's like
She's one of the main characters in Metaverse. She plays one of the main characters in Metaverse, which is she plays my character's granddaughter.
Okay.
And she has a thing for beards.
Okay.
Which came from one of her avatars that she was piloting. And
she just carried that over.
Well, yes. I think she also carried it over from her personally a little bit. But yeah.
So, by the way, for those who don't know, Metaverse is on Mondays at 6. It's another show that we do here in the studio. I do need to watch it more, that Mark has said. And one day I'll be able to find the time. One day. Maybe on Monday at 6. Maybe.
The finale is actually coming up. They've got, there's a 2-part episode, so last Monday and this coming Monday, what are we on? This is the 11th, so 12th, 13th, so the 14th? 15th. The 15th is going to be the second half of that episode.
Okay.
But then the next 2 episodes will be the finale, the season finale of the show. And so we'll roll right into a new season. There won't be a break or anything like that. But if you want to catch the big season finale with like a big cast, big huge party, that's the plan.
Okay.
We'll see how that changes.
Things are unfolding
as we're
we
figuring
speak.
out how to remote people in from our adjunct studios in Olympia and things like that, and try and figure out new solutions.
You know, it would be really cool, and it's not my bailiwick, so I don't care too much. But it'd be tight if you had like just head setups like we have for Big Stompy Robots, and so you just see like people in the piloting seat. I don't know. Anyway,
you need to watch.
I need to watch.
So you understand it, because that doesn't make any sense. So.
I know. I like to pretend.
Yeah.
I know that piloting is a thing.
It is.
Because they're piloting people.
Yes. But yeah, there's.
I know. Yeah. I know the premise and I know the things. Why do you chat defend me? I can't see what you're saying, so I assume it's all good, and you're defending me hard. But
they're just talking about how the 15th is Pokemon Community Day.
Oh snap! Yeah, what is it? It's Abra. Yeah. So I don't know if Terra Crux gets any business on Community Day or if it like helps.
I mean, people that are walking around downtown will swing into the shop.
That's what I'm saying. You guys like.
But usually, if they're not already regulars, they're traveling to do it, and then they come in. It's an interesting dichotomy. Like, I didn't even know the shop was here.
And do you guys? I can't remember. Do you guys sell a bunch of Pokemon cards? Do you guys have a Pokemon event or anything?
We sell booster packs.
Okay.
We don't have singles or anything. We didn't get into it. Actually running events yet. I don't have a really solid reason. We don't get a lot of people asking, and none of us play.
Yeah,
so.
that makes sense. So, by the way, Oh snap! We got chat.
There
It works, and I'm
Good.
James.
Yes.
Yeah, hey James.
That's
So,
Cheers to.
Cheers.
as you know, I'm Bryce, and with me tonight is Mark, who's awesome.
Camera.
I
I
think
think
we're
it's
on
this
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
That's just you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
the wide
maybe
shot,
that one.
So probably that one.
So
We
probably
should look in that general direction. Hi, everybody.
That one probably.
Yeah.
And Doug. Oh,
It's not actually James. It's me being because he's logged in on the chat computer that just got fixed. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, so that's actually you.
Out,
So
Outlaw Chef there is actually me saying check to see if
I
that
feel
chat working.
lied to. I thought
I
it was.
clarified this.
I know,
That's
but I
why
wasn't
said
paying attention. I was thinking about
this.
Amber.
Neither was Burke apparently. So.
Yeah. Shiny
Or
Amber.
Burke just replied before she heard me say.
God, that glare is rough.
Yep.
Anyway, well, so you're going to be chatting with chat while we, because you can do the
I
thing.
can.
I mean, if you guys want, well, I mean, we don't have to actually
We can,
type.
like,
We can actually
physically
physically
talk to
them.
them
Yeah,
and they
that
can
makes
hear
sense.
us. So that's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redundant.
Yeah.
Well, what if you want to put emojis? You can't emoji in
Oh, that's true. I
You
So-
can
can
totally
emoji.
try an emoji in real life.
And I should do lots
That's
of
what I'm
heart
saying.
emojis because it's,
You know?
it's on James's account.
Oh, man, so many heart emojis?
And so, like, I just feel like heart emojis is where it's at.
So how would you do the? Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Like most of the emojis you can do, you know. But how would you do like the poop emoji or?
There's things we can't show on stream. That's one of them.
That's-
that's a thing. Oh, is that a Bob Ross emoji?
I can do pansexual pride. Sure, that works.
Because, you know.
Yeah, how do I? Wait,
So,
there you go.
tonight on ZGM, we've got Takenoko, which for those who don't know, is about a panda and a gardener. Also bamboo. So, the Emperor, for those who didn't have a chance to read the cute little comic that was in the link on Discord, know that it's really cute.
That's
Yes.
this one?
Yes. Yeah, it's so cute. So, the Emperor of China, to foster relations with the Emperor of Japan, gives him a panda. Because it's the perfect symbol of yin and yang, according to the comic.
It's like a whole thing in China. Like,
Yeah.
It's a whole cultural.
I just don't know much about it. I never looked
It's
at
a real thing. The comic, the bit in the comic,
We're looking at the comic now.
it's historical accuracy. Like this is a real event that happened. It's like oh, we want to make friends, and so here, have a panda.
Unfortunately, if you don't know much about pandas, things get a little hectic. They cause pandemonium. Yeah, got it.
The only other great.
How long have you been saving that one up?
I wrote it earlier, and I was like, I'm a genius.
The only other great panda word to use for trouble it causes, I don't want to use today.
I don't know why, but I support you not using that word. So, we will be trying to help this panda grow, but we're also trying to please our emperor by making sure that the garden where the pandemonical, I see. There's a glare like right in the middle of everything Mark says.
It's my compromise between not pointing the chat at you
Oh, that's fair.
and letting you see it.
Oh, that makes sense. I've been
I don't
told
think that's
I
actually
talk
actually-
too much while I look at chat, so we're working on me not doing that.
It's
No,
not that you
that
talk too
It's
much.
that you stop talking and you're just staring at the screen with this blank expression on your face. Like that. That's it.
My
That's it.
reading face.
Yeah, that's reading face.
So I got to work on not having a reading face.
That's right.
But back to the game. So we're developing a garden for our sweet panda. We have to do different things. We have to make sure that it's to the emperor's liking by making sure that the different colors of tiles are in a way that he likes. We have to keep the panda fat and happy, so he has to eat some bamboo. And we also have to garden because that's kind of what you do in a bamboo garden. That just makes sense to me. So the way we're going to be doing that is with turns, because that's how games are played.
Unless you're playing Galaxy Trucker, then
I
it's just a
actually never
big
played-
mess all at one time.
I've never
I
played
got a
it.
copy of that.
That would be
People love it.
that would be a
Fun.
terrible game for chat.
I have
Yes.
I have it on my phone too. the like visual version. It's pretty good rendition.
Okay, I'll
I
have to
haven't
look
looked
into
at
that. I've heard nothing but great things about it, but it's always like, it didn't win Game of the Year, did it?
No.
Okay, good. Just because I don't.
When did it come out? Same year as the curriculum?
That's a good. I should know that.
No,
I don't know off the top of my head.
You're off the show, Doug. You failed.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're done.
So.
I get bonus points if I got that right. But we'll look it up later.
Oh yeah. And somebody on chat can look it up. Just saying.
That's full nerd cred there.
Yeah. So on your turn, you'll have 2 actions, and the actions you can do are, as seen on your little card here, which is denoted by these 2 little brown things. Lotuses, flowers, whatever. You can either draw 3 tiles, choose one of them, and place it into the garden. You can start to irrigate some tiles, which you need to do to make the bamboo grow. You can move the little farmer around, or you can move the panda around, or you can get.
An objective.
I do squint loudly. Or you can get an objective card, which you guys have 3 of right here. We're gonna hand out our 3 and you can't see. There we go. There's my finger.
They have 2 right there.
Really?
They can see the center card and the right card.
What about the middle one? The one right here.
That's what I'm saying, is that when
center.
there's 2, there's no middle card.
Really?
Really?
Well, look. There. How much room?
I fix.
Okay, I'll say how much room do I have so they can see their hand?
You have no room. I have all the room.
Okay. Well, so those are the objective cards.
Mhm.
The Emperor ones are about getting the correct color where people want them.
Mhm.
The Panda ones are about eating some bamboo, and he has specific dietary requisitions. And
She's a fussy thing.
he's incredibly fussy. One, he only eats bamboo, which is just a mistake in general. You should diversify your diet. As a bear, you should probably eat meat. So, the gardener wants to grow certain amounts of bamboo. There are 3 different colors of bamboo. I didn't find bottoms for them. There we go. Whoa, snap! You got it.
2007.
There are 3 different.
That's why Galaxy Trucker didn't win, is because it's up in the flip.
Which is a really.
Just, yeah, pretty brilliant.
There are 3 different colors of bamboo.
Mhm.
So I'm going to flip this first tile so people can get an example of it. So, green bamboo grows on green things. Just kind of makes sense.
Kind of.
I mean, whoa, how does that not make sense?
I mean, like in real life, green bamboo grows in pretty much anywhere, anytime.
But
any
where
place
does
it can.
pink bamboo go?
I don't think it does.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't
Same
think
thing with yellow. I don't think it's a real bamboo color.
It kind of is. Like,
Is it?
Yeah, like a good solid bamboo. You know, the pole type bamboo.
But
It's pretty yellowish.
But isn't that after it's been cut and dried and dead?
Yeah, I mean, it gets yellow depending
Does
on the species of bamboo. Some species get pretty yellow while they're still alive. The
Alright.
leaves are still green, but the stalks can get pretty yellow.
Lessons of bamboo.
That's right.
So, we'll flip these over, and we'll place them. That's one of the actions. You have to either place it to this beginning pond, or it has to be connected to 2 other tiles. So I can put it here, or again, around the pond. Or I shuffle these in after I point out the fact that there are upgrades you can put on some tiles. There are 3 different upgrades. One, I don't know where the camera is, so I'm just going to put it close here so you guys can see. One is, I can't remember what it's called. It's a pen. It's a pen, so the panda can't eat it.
It's a cage.
Oh, poor panda cage.
One, it's a oh my gosh, It means it's irrigated.
Yeah, it's irrigated
yeah.
naturally. I
Correct.
can't remember what it is.
So you don't actually have to run irrigation to that tile.
So it has a specific name, but it's that. And then the last one is fertilized.
Correct.
With fertilized, it grows 2 instead of 1 all the time. But Bryce, how do we get these sweet upgrade tiles, you ask? Well, chat, let me tell you. On every turn but the first turn, we'll be rolling a die. And this die has 6 sides, but the sides are not 1 through 6. They're wind, rain, sun, clouds, lightning, and question mark. So, when you get lightning, you can move the panda wherever you want. He gets scared, he eats a piece of bamboo, calms down. When you get sun, you get an extra action. When you get wind, you can take the same action twice. Normally on your turn, as I said, you get 2 actions, and they have to be different.
Correct.
But if you get wind, they could be the same action. Rain irrigates, or not irrigates, sorry. It grows bamboo on 1 tile. You choose, it just grows something somewhere.
And lightning clearly electrocutes the panda.
Yeah, the panda's scared. He's yellow.
Can he repeat himself?
I hope not, because he's in our garden.
So
Yeah.
I was just going to say, as it turns out, they include this handy dandy thing they call the instructions
Ooh, I like instructions.
in the box.
Oh,
and so
crazy.
the types of improvements are the enclosure,
That's what it is.
Yes.
watershed, and
Mhm.
fertilizer.
There you
We
go.
got 1 out
We
of
got
3.
fertilizer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Merc, you asked a good question really quick. So the watershed that turns one of these tiles into a watershed doesn't quite make it an island, and because everything has to be irrigated off of this center tile or become a watershed, but you cannot irrigate other tiles off of a watershed.
Can't do this.
So
We'll have to start.
isn't quite an island, just to answer your question really quickly.
The last one is cloudy. When it's cloudy, you get one of these sweet, sweet enhancement tiles.
Mhm.
You don't even know what it's called already.
Nope.
Yep. Watershed.
Yeah.
Well, no, I knew watershed. I just
Oh,
can't remember.
improvements.
Improvements.
Improvements,
Enhancements, improvements, tomato.
I don't know how to play the game, but I know they're called improvements. I looked it up in the book.
I looked at the rule book a lot, but I then started worrying about other things.
Yes.
Cough, sniffles, headache. So,
Chill.
you get to place one of those. Now you can put it on your board, which is here,
Correct.
and use it later, or you can put it down immediately. Your choice. Same thing goes with your actions. I'm going to do a quick run through of those. I said them before, but just so that we understand what they do. With the tiles, you'll look at 3, you'll choose 1, and then we'll put the other 2 on the bottom in whatever order you guys choose.
Correct.
With the irrigating, rivers, pipes, whatever,
Irrigation, yeah.
that you can either put it on your board, or you can put it irrigating next to the pond, and you can start to branch that out. The farmer, you can move. He's going to move in a straight line, as many tiles as you want, but always in a straight line.
Mhm.
Wherever he stops, he grows a piece of bamboo if it's irrigated.
Okay.
He then also grows a piece of bamboo on every connected color of the same one if it's irrigated.
Matching color.
Matching color,
Everything
correct.
that's adjacent and matches the color.
Yep.
That is correct, yeah.
If it's irrigated. Panda will move, again, straight line, and then wherever he lands, he'll eat a piece of bamboo. And when you eat the bamboo, it goes on your board.
Correct. There's a fancy little spot with the panda and bamboo
And his
chunks.
full
that you-
tummy.
Yep.
That way, you can fulfill his cards.
Mhm.
As you build up a bunch of different bamboo, he'll say, hey, I want 3 green and 1 pink. You go, cool, I finally got it. And then you get victory points. And then the last one is objective cards. You have a hand limit of 5. I started reading because I saw my name, and I have this obsessive reading thing. So objectives, as stated before, Emperor, Panda, or Gardener, they all want different things. Like again, you have on your sweet board, and you could take one of those. You get to just choose and take one. You cannot choose that action if you have 5 cards in hand.
That is correct.
Because
You also cannot discard a card, so you must complete an objective before you can draw another objective card. If you have 5.
Make sense, everyone?
Seems pretty,
Ish.
All right, all right.
Before we get too far, Mark, can I get you to scoot closer to Doug so that when I turn on the poll, it doesn't block your entire self?
I was hoping Sharon was going to say that. Fingers crossed.
10 to snuggle. How's that?
Perfect. Thank you.
Cool.
So I'm going to shuffle these 2 back in. Doug or Mark, if you could be so kind as to hand out one of each kind of card
To each of us.
player.
Yep.
I already have chat set up because.
And sorry,
Okay.
chat. Just to let you know, the setup a little weird over there because technically these cards are hidden.
Yeah.
So all the rest of us can't see, and we've set it up to where we can't see
Yeah.
your cards.
And so there's going to be me missing
So
some things.
what I'm going to do, because it doesn't bother me at all, these are the 3 cards I got, and one of them is a tile card, one of them is the bamboo card, and the other one is the farmer card. And so my first 3 objectives, I have no idea if you can see these well, I'm sorry. Sharon, do I need to hold them in a different place, up in the air,
Hang on.
over here?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, that's perfect. So for the tile card, which is the blue-backed one, if at some point in the game 3 pink tiles are lined up exactly like that, I can flip this card over and I earn those objective points. Or those, oh my gosh, victory points.
Yeah.
For my,
But Doug, I have a question.
Yeah.
What does that little symbol in the corner mean?
oh, that's a great question. The symbol in the corner means that not only do the 3 pink tiles have to be lined up, they must be irrigated. That's what that little blue line, so it's not just lined up, they also have to be irrigated. That was great. Thank you, Bryce. I appreciate you. The purple tile, which is the bamboo. So as we mentioned earlier, when you move your panda and then it eats the bamboo, I need to feed my panda 2 pink bamboo to score this objective. And then the farmer, the red card, for this one, I need to have 4 pink stalks on any, well, it must be a pink, obviously, pink tile,
Yeah.
but the pink tile must be fertilized. So I have to find a fertilized tile, and it must have 4 stalks for me to claim that objective. And the great thing about objectives is the second that those are met, meaning if on Bryce's turn, he plants the 3rd pink one down to make this and irrigates it, or it was already irrigated, I can flip that over immediately and claim the victory points. So that's basically all the victory points and how they function.
How do we score victory points?
At
So-
the end,
Oh, you saying the cards?
oh, sorry, yeah, at the end of the game, okay, so the end of the game is triggered by the first player in a 4-player game, which is what we're playing, the first player to flip 7 objectives over, 7 cards over. So the first player to flip 7 cards triggers the last round we will play, and at the end of the game, we count all these points up. And the person who has the most points wins the game.
Cool.
So, who wants to go first?
I personally, if we're going counter or clockwise, I like to put, I would say you go first, so then
Okay.
that way chat gets to see 3 turns before they take their turn. That's the only reason I would say.
I support that.
Yeah.
I just
How
didn't want
does
to
the
say
game say to
Oh yeah,
the
good.
tallest person.
The tallest person.
who's the tallest person?
Me or Doug?
Yeah, I'm like 5'11",
Yeah, so
6
Doug.
foot. Yeah.
It's Doug.
Oh, well, there.
I'm 5'9".
So the game says it's me that goes first.
Which is why I was like, no, Doug's the tallest. Oh, unless you count chat, because there's so many people stacked up. But
As far as I can tell, Merc's the only one playing so far.
Oh, that's true.
Really talking. So
Merc, how tall are
How
you?
tall's Merc?
Is it more than 5'11"?
I'm pretty sure it's
Inquiring
not
minds
more than
need to
5'11",
know.
but you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Merc could be like surprisingly tall.
Oh.
5'4". You're even shorter than I am. Slightly.
Wait,
So are we playing by the rules and I'm going first, or
I
are we
think
gonna?
that'd be okay.
That sounds good to
Sure.
me.
I'm okay with the random.
I'm super okay with that because then chat has to take their turn and figure out what to do before I have to take mine. Because I'm as lost
Okay.
as they are.
So-
So I am going to go ahead and start the poll for our turn while Doug is playing, just so that can run a little bit.
That is
sounds-
what I was going to say. Is that? Oh yeah. You kind of need this die.
All right, and hopefully.
Do you start with the weather die in the first round?
No, you don't.
Oh, I did. Good point.
So thank you, Eye in the Sky.
Yes.
Sharon Bebop for helping us out. She's going to be our technical director and point out all of our flaws.
Perfect. She does a great job
Regularly.
at it.
I mean, that's what she does as your wife too, right? Like that's...
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. A little bit.
So I choose 2 actions,
You choose 2
and
actions.
the first action is definitely got to be tiles. We need to start growing this farm here.
Farm this garden.
Okay. And then for me, because everybody's seen my cards, I'm obviously going to go with the pink tile.
That makes sense. So, once he chooses which tile he wants, he gets to rearrange those other 2, and he'll put them on the bottom
Yep. And I'm going to put them in
in
this
any way
order.
he wants.
and stick 'em right there. And then for my second action, because this tile's automatically irrigated, but irrigation becomes pretty important later in the game, I'm going to spend my next action grabbing an irrigation stick, and I can choose to, at this point, either irrigate, which I'm not going to do, of course, or I can place it on my card. This is stored for later, and later when I choose to take the irrigation action, I can spend ones off my card. But the important part is that I now own this irrigation. So at the end of the game, when we start running out of irrigation, I still got some I can spend. That is my entire turn, and I've also these cool little tokens that come on your card
I love
allow you to mark what actions you're taking.
So if you took irrigation on your next turn, you would then take one and then you can play 2 on that action?
I can only play 1 per action.
Okay.
But what I can do
So
is
you're
I can
just-
choose to take 1 and play it and keep the 1 on my card.
Gotcha.
So
So it's just a matter of like
that's a great
right now
question.
you're just saving it for later.
That is, yeah, because right now there's a chance that I'm going to need it for something later. That
Like 3 pinks that.
yeah, that
irrigation.
have to be irrigated.
That's weird.
Also the
What
3,
is that?
I don't even know.
and then now I believe it is
It is Chad's
Chad's
turn.
turn.
So, on future rounds, remember that if you happen to roll a sun, you'll have to choose 3 actions, Chad.
Correct, and the sun action must be different
Yep.
than the other 2 that you've chosen. That's so that you have to take 3 different actions,
Yeah.
and then the wind
The
allows
wind
you to
makes
take.
drink a second. Okay.
You can, or you have to take 2 of the same actions on the wind. I believe
Does-
you.
does
I
or
believe.
rather?
I believe you
May,
have to.
but it's not required.
Oh, never mind. There you go.
There you go. Does that have a cheat sheet on that? Look at that.
Yeah, it's really
Good
nice.
rules. It's nice.
Yeah, it's.
Good rules are hard to find sometimes.
Did it win something? I mean, you got the golden key.
Okay, chat, in order to make sure that they remain in the dark and can still retain the privilege to view the chat, let's make sure that we refer to the cards by where they are and not by what is on them. So card 1, card 2, etc. Bryce has the other side of the easel marked so that he knows what side or what card we're referring to when we play it.
Yeah, say, by the way, I was going, this
So
is
you've
1.
marked your cards. That's what she's saying.
Marked
No,
your cards.
Your Mark's cards.
Yeah. Marked Mark's cards. Mark's.
I've been going with
Marked
whatever is
cards.
over here is number 1. If you guys are doing it the opposite way.
Where's
then-
here?
I don't know. I can't see where
The
they are.
finger.
Yeah, where my finger
So
is.
you're right. Our left. That's card 1.
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I'm like, because I mean, you could also flip the camera and stupid stuff that I don't know about. So I don't know what
Yeah,
Shan's
we're
doing.
not doing that.
I don't know why she would do it, but
To make
to mess with you.
everything hard to read.
she is like that.
All of them.
Right.
She
so
does that
Pure
thing. Well,
spite.
backwards.
since
all
they're
of them.
pictures and numbers, I think numbers would be easy to figure out.
One of the things I really like about this game is it feels and you do, it feels like you've got a lot of options
Yeah.
and choices, which you do. But when you pay attention on your turn, it's one of those games where you don't plan ahead really far.
Yeah.
So it's really nice in that when it gets around to your turn, it's pretty clear what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I really enjoy games where this game I feel really allows us to talk and hang out, or if I'm not here, drink a beer while I'm doing it, and I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm. You know, there's some games like
And
Twilight
I'm-
Imperium that I don't like drinking while I'm
I
playing.
don't. It's such a mind crunch.
And a minimum of analysis paralysis as well, it sounds like.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So we can play this game with Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen Mike. It's crazy.
I see him every summer at Gen Con.
I know.
It's great.
So
we've chosen.
Yes. So
Chosen.
no, correct me if I'm wrong, but that pink tile is irrigated, right? Because it's next to the pond.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So we are going to draw 3 tiles and select one.
Okay.
I mean, obviously.
Boop, boop, boop.
And we want to run it the same way, like pick 1, 2, and 3, and then that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, is this gonna work? Should I put them on the board?
You put them on our board.
We could also put them on. I mean, because you have to
Right.
play one of them.
Yeah.
So I guess make these. It's not going to change anything if these are public knowledge.
So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because
No,
you
that's
have to
true.
play one
Yeah,
and
you
the
have to
other
play
two.
one.
Yeah. So go ahead and put them on the table then.
Is this fine?
Green, yellow, yellow.
As you can see, certain tiles will just automatically come with
Irrigated. An
Improvement.
improvement.
There we go.
Yes.
And then also going forward, I believe you have to choose both actions simultaneously, or does that matter? You think? Because you choose them both, and then you choose which order you're going to do them. That way, you can't go, oh, I want to put a tile on. Oh, well, now I'm going to irrigate it, so now I don't want to choose irrigation anymore.
That is a super good question. I've never played to where you have to choose them simultaneously. That doesn't mean that I'm right.
No, it's fair. I think you have to choose them simultaneously because it does point out specifically that you can then choose which order you do them in,
Correct.
which wouldn't matter if you're choosing.
You're
them
correct.
at
To
the same time.
finalize their choices,
Yes.
the player puts 2 chips on the appropriate spaces of their individual board, and then the order in which the actions are resolved is chosen by the player.
So, future rounds.
You would be correct, Merc. In most cases, putting an irrigated tile next to the pond doesn't make sense unless you've got a achievement card in your hand or a victory card that needs an irrigated or needs something with an improvement on it. So there could be reasons that you want to drop an irrigated tile now in the game.
You did not draw a pink tile, that is correct.
So, something I realized, the first time a tile is irrigated, it sprouts a bamboo.
That's correct. So that tile should have
So
a pink
boop.
bamboo.
Pink bamboo.
Thank you, Bryce.
No problem. It's not that my panda wants to eat pink bamboo at all. So,
Looks like we're going green. And then just to make sure, since technically you guys get to choose which order they go on the bottom, do you want to pick the irrigated tile to go on the bottom or the second from the bottom, or you don't care?
I don't think it matters.
I agree.
it'll be a while before we get to it.
I
We'll
doubt
forget the
we're
order anyway.
I doubt we're even going to get down that far.
All right, green tile.
Where do we put it?
Yeah, say that's. So it has to go next to the pond
Correct.
Oh, because this.
because you
can't
wouldn't.
go to the pink?
You can't put it out adjacent.
That's correct.
Too far away from the pink.
So after the pond tiles, you either have to place it next to a tile or it has to be attached to 2 tiles. So at this point, you can't place it on any of the tiles, any of these tiles. So it must be attached to the pond.
It happens, AK. I hope you are well rested.
Welcome.
So I don't think that it matters too much right now.
Opposite the pink tile.
That's easy.
Does that sound good?
All right.
Yeah, early in the game, it's not huge unless you have something in your hand that
Our
makes you-
other option was to move the gardener.
Okay.
Okay. Can you put a green? Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
that's irrigated this time.
So, do you want to move the gardener to green or to pink?
I think to green.
Okay.
Sweet.
So then he will cause this to grow.
That's exactly right. Also, and I know you guys can't see it or feel it over there, these bamboo shoots are actually wooden parts that fit together and stack. They're awesome.
They're super cool.
And in this case, if there were any other green tiles adjacent to it, he would also grow bamboo on those tiles.
Yep. All right.
Hot greens,
So,
trees.
I'm going to place a tile, and I'm going to move a panda. So, we'll look at my 3 tiles, which, you're right, we can just do these face up because that makes it pretty quick. Well, boy howdy.
Would you like a green? A green?
Ooh.
Or wait, a green.
Wait, the question is, do I want to irrigate things or not? I don't think I do because, like they said, why waste irrigation? An irrigated tile right next to the pond. But I am going to put it up here so that nobody gets to sprout extra bamboo because it doesn't benefit me right now. But which one am I on first?
That's right.
So my second action is to move the panda. And my panda is hungry for some pink bamboo. So he's going to eat it. Goes up here. Oh, and because I forgot.
Yep.
Boop. Hey.
All right.
So that's my turn.
Okay, looks like Stigma just went to go get some alcohol.
Jealous.
Okay. So, I am gonna do a tile for sure. And does the gardener or the panda have to move?
No.
So if you pick,
Oh, no, yes, it does.
Okay.
It has to move at least one tile.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the. Gosh, this is hard.
whatever he chooses, I'm going to say,
irrigation.
bull move cotton. Bull move.
Yes,
No matter
fair
what.
enough.
All right.
I
So 3
definitely
tiles. I got one of each, so I got lots of
Ooh,
choices.
what do
That's
they have?
exciting.
No special fancies.
You really, yeah, I'm okay with that move.
Yeah, that's
So
very
that
nice. I spent way
Um,
too long coming up with panda puns earlier, and I wrote a bunch of them down.
And
But-
it's
There's no way they come to play. It
pink bamboo.
just doesn't work.
And then I'll take an irrigation to it.
Ooh. All right,
Exciting.
all
And
right.
now we do dice.
Okay.
So now round 2 is starting. Oh, well, sorry, I got really thirsty.
Oh my gosh, I carry Belching Beaver peanut butter milk stout in my store.
It's
It is-
so good.
It's
Like, I was
it's
like,
not too sweet and
ooh.
not too peanut buttery. It's
and
fantastic.
it's a delicious stout. Like it is. I fell in love when I had it on Nitro once, and I was like, forever. This is the best.
So Stigma must be local then. I'm not sure that they're.
No, they're
Because
Oregon.
it comes out of Oregon.
Yeah, so
well,
it might
that's
be
because I'm
Pacific
imagining
Northwest.
that people
Yeah.
are all across the country,
No,
maybe
they
even the
are.
world. So
So no. So it's round 2.
yes,
Now you get to roll the sweet, sweet weather die, and we'll start having those effects.
I can hardly contain myself.
We don't have an RNG for chat, so we'll take turns rolling.
Sounds
that
good.
way,
Or you can do it.
I don't want to be
I'll
the
take
bearer
it.
of bad news all the time. Why you gotta be?
I'll roll, and I got the sun. The sun means I get to take not 2, but 3 actions, and they all must be different. So, the 2 actions I know I'm going to take is the farmer and the panda, and I'm probably I'll take a tile. I'll take a tile as well.
I don't know
Yes.
if you're allowed to ship alcohol, but if I could, I would. I think.
You
can.
can ship alcohol.
Well,
I used to ship. I forget which one, but some beers to Oklahoma from my former roommate when he went to Oklahoma because they mostly have like beer that
Oklahoma beer.
Oklahoma beer.
I know you have to pay
After
extra.
spending like 5 years in the Northwest, he was like
Sad.
more than that. Yeah.
Can I get? I'll start with the tiles. May I
Oh.
please have 3
I
tiles?
was like, geez, Merc. I mean, I'll send you some, but like 2 and 4, just starting to count up and up. I realize the poll's going on now.
Okay. In this case, this comes irrigated.
Huh. That's nice.
Oh yeah, these were the other two, just as an FYI. And I'm going to choose to put the green one on top at the bottom.
Okay.
And what's really cool about that is this pink one's irrigated, this pink one's irrigated, and that pink one comes irrigated. Otherwise, I would have had to have run an irrigation. Now this is important because this doesn't irrigate the pink tile. I would need to have another one because it has to complete the edge to count as irrigated.
Sure. Has to be on the line.
So it has to be on the line. So luckily, in this case, I get to flip over my 3 pinks that are all irrigated.
Yeah.
So one of my objectives gets flipped. And then so that action's done. My next action is to move the farmer here and grow bamboo. And then the 2 pink tiles next to it also get a bamboo.
Also, because
So my next question, because it's been a little while since I played, does the panda eat all the bamboo on the space?
No, he eats one.
Okay.
I believe. I'll double check.
We're gonna-
pretty sure it's just one.
I think it's just 1, 2.
Eats a bamboo section from the plot where he finishes.
That sounds great. And my third action will be to move the panda. I'm going to move the panda here, and I'm going to eat this piece of pink bamboo.
Interesting.
And that is all 3 of my actions. My turn's done. And that is the first of 7 cards that one of us has to, one of us has to do. And for chat, I think the first turn should be Bryce's as our host.
So, as we already talked about, there's a bunch of different sides. They do different things. The big one will be if a question mark appears, because then you guys will get to choose which one you want. But instead, it's the wind.
You get 2 wind.
So,
1 action twice and 1 action once.
no, you still only get 2 actions, but they can be the same action.
Correct.
If you would like to.
This is the only
It
time.
doesn't give you an additional action?
It doesn't.
Oh, you just get to do the same action twice if you want.
Yes, this is the only time in the game where you're allowed to take the same
That's not
action
nearly
twice.
as cool.
Later in the game, holy
Yeah, later on,
moly.
what's that? I get 2
pandas,
objectives.
So,
pandas.
To give you guys an example of this, if I would have run the wind, I could have moved the panda twice instead of pulling a tile, which is what I would have done.
But yeah.
And that would have allowed me to complete an objective.
The panda eating objective.
So,
Do we have to decide which action we want to do twice before we do either action?
That is correct. If you want to double up an action, you would have to choose them both before you do.
Yeah, 'cause
So
you have to use both of your tokens
Yes.
before you take any actions. And so if you stack them because you have wind,
Yep.
you have to do that now.
He did flip his card, and you get to flip it immediately, no matter whose turn it is. Or not immediately, just whenever you want to. So since there are the 3 connected pink tiles that are irrigated, he flipped it over, and now he is at 4 victory points.
Currently, yes.
No problem, Stig. I hope it's okay if I call you Stig. I like to think about race cars. I don't, but Sharon does. And so,
I find myself very infrequently thinking of race cars. Formula One's kind of cool. I've learned a lot of baloney about Formula One recently. I didn't realize this. Those cars run so hot, and they're so boiled down to what has to be on the vehicle that if they're trying to pass each other and they spend too much time close to each other, they can overheat their computers and other parts and actually stop running. So they only have a window of time to be next to another car to try and, which is again very interesting. I discovered that a couple of weeks ago.
that's cool.
The only thing I know about car racing is what I learned from playing Formula D, the board game.
I was thinking
That's
the exact same thing.
That is one of the games that really frustrates me. It is a fantastic game. All the parts are fun to play with while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
It is clean. It is smooth. It delivers an experience that even if you don't like racing is fun. We never sell that game.
I don't know why either.
It is so.
I've got it. I've got it plus a couple expansion tracks.
All
It's a lot of
6
fun.
tracks, 6 or
It's
7 are sitting
super
in the
cool.
store,
Yeah,
ready
you
to
can
go.
play up to 10
And
players at once.
yeah,
It's kind of cool.
that is correct. You only get 2 actions.
And you could just choose one twice.
You can choose 2
Yes.
different ones as well.
Yeah, you don't
But
have to do the
because-
same one
yeah.
twice.
Is the Zoe count? Is that Ben or Brad or who's?
That's me.
Zoe. Is that you? Okay,
She's just helping out.
gotcha.
So, I did happen to do a little research on the game, not about the flavor at all, but Antoine Bauza
Yes,
makes great games.
absolutely.
Like,
Yes, yeah.
I wrote some down, and I
Please.
will read the list because I was like, these are games I've played
Uh-huh.
and love. So, Takenoko, 7 Wonders, Hanabi, Pony Express, which you guys will be seeing in a couple months.
Pony Express or Colt Express?
Pony Express. You won't be seeing Pony Express unless we put it on a thing. So never mind.
Okay, I need to point apparently.
Yes.
So here's my plan, guys. Move Panda, 1 action. We get
Okay.
to do this action twice.
Yep.
Move Panda.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you do 2 bamboo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get to move Panda twice. We
Yep.
get to the green bamboo, and then for our 3rd action, which has to be different.
No, you don't, get 3 actions.
Well, I thought we got wind.
I did
Yeah.
too, but the wind. That's we were talking about there. The wind is not nearly as cool as I thought because I thought the
Okay.
same as you.
Okay.
But apparently, it just means you can take the same action twice as an option.
Oh,
You
it
still
doesn't
need
mean
the
you
same
have
2
to take the
actions.
same action. Okay. In that case, I sincerely apologize, AK. My bad.
It's all
Dun,
good.
dun.
This is what turn 1 is for. It's a little bit.
Exactly.
So, the wind allows you. It's the only time in the game where you can choose the same action twice. You're not
Yep.
required to, but you can.
He also did Samurai Spirit, which is a really cool game too.
I haven't played that.
It's really
You're
cool.
not the first. You're not the first person to. Yeah.
It's
I'm-
really cool.
Everdell finally got back into stock and it's in my store.
Nice.
I've not played it yet. It's on my list of every person that has played it has been like it's
Okay, I had to think about it because I know Everdell's been on our vote
yeah.
for a while. It's Everdell and Photosynthesis. People
Which
are always about.
We can now get photosynthesis.
Nice.
We finally found a channel for that.
Nice. I mean, I don't think they're on the one this time, the vote this
It's all
time,
good.
but
We're excited. We've never been able to.
they look so cool. Oh, I gotta talk to you about later about Petrichor.
Tiles twice.
That's fine.
Yep,
Well,
tiles twice.
Oh wow.
Oops.
You
Green
crazy
or yellow
tile
is the first
people.
tile. Green or yellow.
I'm thinking green. What about you guys? Yeah.
Okay, and
So
then we
where
gotta
do
figure
you
out.
want
We want to put it next to the pond in between those 2 other green tiles.
it? Okay, okay.
And then
Oh,
we
and it
want to
comes with
flip
fertilizer.
card
It's,
1.
I knew it. Yeah, and then they want to flip their points. Yes.
So it has fertilizer. So because it has fertilizer, if it would grow 1, it instead grows 2.
That is correct. So that's now.
Fancy.
And then you said you want to flip which one?
Card 1. Yep.
Also, guys, the
Ugh.
bamboo can never get taller than 4 stalks. So
Good-
it
good
stops
call.
at 4 just in case.
And then the next
Yes.
one.
Pink or yellow, and the pinks have either a pen, an enclosure, or fertilizer. Your
Fertilizer.
choice.
Somebody jumped on yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, I support you in your yellow endeavors, Mark.
Absolutely.
Yep, yellow.
Cool.
Oop. Thank you. Where is yellow going? Who could have said that?
Also, unless you guys change, we're just going to assume that you don't mind what order they go on the bottom. So we're just going to stack the other 2 on the bottom in a random order, unless you guys want us to change that.
It won't be random. It'll just be whatever we have picked it up in.
I mean, I'm just going random on my turn, so.
Yeah.
All right, if you just want to put that yellow one next to the pond.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Sweet.
So everything is still.
That's how I win. It's all about memorizing the order that I watch people put them in. That's
Counting Takenoko
tiles.
tiles. All right, so now it's my turn.
Right.
I'm a roll.
win
I've
again.
also got wind.
That put the wind in your sails. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I am going to double up on victory, or not victory cards. Objective cards, that's the word.
Interesting.
And I'm going to take one Emperor card and one Panda card. And that was my turn.
Stormcloud, I get one of these, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And you can choose to play it now or put it on your card and play it later.
We'll play it now, and we'll put it here.
And I apologize. This is kind of my bad.
Only
It's
one per
both our
tile.
bads.
Only one improvement per tile. So, and the other thing as well that I want to mention is that if you get an improvement or a irrigation, and then you put it on your card to hold the improvement or irrigation for later, you still have to roll the cloud to use the improvement. As far as I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're gonna double check on that, but I think you still.
Because that's muy importante.
I'm going to do tiles and gardener. So the gardener moves to here. And that goes one more, right? And then tiles. And I'm going to take a pink one. Put the pink one there.
Somebody's about to flip a card.
Working on it. Oh, sure. Look,
Yeah.
look what I just made, and I drew.
Yeah.
I see how it is. Game's out to get me. And it's next turn.
And I'm gonna go ahead and roll while Bryce is looking at that.
Yeah.
Oh, does it count if it goes out of the middle?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a strong
Apparently
card
it
too.
does.
Apparently it does. I will also take an improvement. And that is going to be I'm definitely going to take fertilization. And I'm trying to figure out.
What about my last avatar? Like, I'm
About-
aware. I'm aware it was Dick Bram's mom. That's not something I'm ever going to forget.
All right. So rules. If a player has acquired an improvement chip thanks to the cloud's weather condition, if a player has an improvement in his reserve, it can be used at any time during his turn.
Oh.
This does not count as an action.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
Improvements can only be added to plots where bamboo has not yet grown. This means plots which were just placed, plots which are not irrigated, and plots where the panda has just eaten everything. Each plot can have one and only one improvement, whether built in or added, and it is not possible to change it later.
Okay, so there's two things. Would you check irrigation really quick as to whether or not we can play that anytime as well? So to go over what Bryce just said, technically speaking,
We're gonna ignore it too.
you were absolutely, absolutely. Technically speaking, the pen or the what is it called?
Enclosure.
The enclosure technically couldn't have been played on this one because it had bamboo on it, but we missed it, and I say it stands.
I also say it's
There's no reason.
unless Mark wants to change it, he has the option.
And we've already moved on. And,
I 100% agree with.
Same
So-
thing for irrigation.
Okay.
It can be used at any time during his turn. This does not count as an action.
wow, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to choose fertilization, the fertilizer, and I'm also going to play irrigation. And for my two actions, I'm going to choose the farmer and irrigation.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is take an irrigation stick, and I'm going to play it here to irrigate my fertilized crop. And then I'm going to move the farmer here.
And I'm playing my card.
That's awesome.
Oh, smokes.
And what's great about this is this one just got irrigated, this tile here. I hope you can see my fingers, and I apologize. Because this tile just became irrigated. It receives two bamboo shoots. This guy here receives one because the farmer's there and he built one there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now this is separate. So this one got the two for getting irrigated. Now every single plot around there is going to receive one except for the one that's fertilized. That one's going to receive two, maxing out how many pieces of bamboo can be on it. Hopefully that makes sense. And I apologize if I I'm also going to flip over my irrigation tile because I've got 4 pink stalks on an irrigated piece, or excuse me, on a fertilized. And that is going to make my entire turn.
Nice.
It was a good turn.
That's a smooth turn. That's a whole lot of pink bamboo that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
What? Chat's got a 3 and a 5 going on.
Yeah, so we're going to move the panda.
Do you guys want to roll to see what you get on the dice first?
Yeah,
Well, yes.
Yes.
That
We
might,
will do that.
it might give you extra actions. It might.
And in
Oh,
fact,
you
there's
did.
an extra
You
action.
now have 3 actions you can take, and they all have to be different.
Oh, well, that's cool too. Talk about that, Chad. We're definitely going to move the panda
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
to a green tile. So like across the pond.
Yep.
Then we get to eat 1 bamboo.
And then your time.
Okay.
Bamboo in your time.
Um,
Canvas time.
And then we're gonna draw a card. So talk about what kind of card we want to get. Either a land card, a panda eat
That's
stuff
if you
card,
get
or a
first
gardener
one, you
grow
get
stuff
7
card.
cards flipped over, you get an extra 2 points. The Emperor's favor.
Yes.
Gotcha. You've done such a good job taking care of his garden and his panda.
And discard.
And then we also would like to irrigate. So we want to snag one of
A
those
land card.
irrigations.
Alright, are we still going with land card?
And you're
Yeah, it looks like a land card.
Okay.
And do you want to put the irrigation down or just hang on to it?
So this is our hand right now.
Alright, is it not that one? Maybe.
there's a couple of sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna ramble about pandas.
So we're just gonna
I was
hang
gonna-
on to that
Yep.
irrigation,
Oop. You have 1 irrigation stick.
and
Cool.
then
And can you lay down multiple?
We're gonna draw a land
irrigation
card.
sticks in one turn?
Yeah,
Or is it
you
just
could because you can do it at any time.
Yeah.
It doesn't count as an action on your turn.
That-
So you can
Yeah,
do another one as well.
that sounds right to me, but I was just gonna ramble
Look
on
at that
about.
after your turn, Bryce. It's your turn now.
Well, what card did they want?
a land card.
Okay.
Didn't I give
Sweet.
you that already?
I put it back because somebody said what cards we have and like hang on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, fair.
Alright, so I'm putting it into the 1 position because that's where there was an empty spot. You guys can still see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flip the left card. I don't know what that means.
No, unfortunately.
Are you sure? Just like flip it over if it's upside down.
Oh, we only have the 1 bamboo on our card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just ate 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Roll in.
Ooh,
Question mark. So what do I want to do?
The question mark, if you guys are looking at your card, chat, the question mark allows him to pick one of the 5 weather patterns.
So I'm going to choose the lightning.
Interesting.
So the lightning allows me to scare the poop out of the panda, and he runs to wherever I want on the board, and then eats a piece of bamboo to calm him down.
To calm his nerves, yeah.
Can he instead teleport?
Yeah, sure. He got rain powers
I
from the
was-
lightning.
from
I was
lightning.
going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was just thinking, no, it's like a teleportation power.
Yeah.
The lightning, yeah, Shazam, boom.
Okay, we'll go with that. That's
So
better.
where are you teleporting to?
He is going to be teleporting to. Let's go with this pink tile, the one with 2 on it, and so he'll eat a piece of bamboo.
You could have just done that without lightning.
I know.
It's just-
But now I get 2 actions, and one's going to be moving a panda,
Oh, I see how that works.
and the other one will be tile. So I'm gonna move the panda, and he's gonna chow down on this one. So if somebody can move the panda all the way over there.
Which one? This one?
It's right.
here.
Yeah. I already got it.
Yeah, I got it. Sorry,
All right.
I just couldn't read.
I was looking at my cards. I wasn't paying attention.
Then I said tile, so I'm gonna look at the tiles, and I have a pink, a a green or a yellow?
Your choice of any color, just no fancy special
Yeah,
stuff. Which clearly was not what you were looking for.
not at all actually. But I will be putting yellow tile. Can you put it in the corner next to
Sorry.
the green and yellow one?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I will be revealing my hungry panda. So when the panda eats them, they go away.
That is correct. Yeah.
Then
I mean,
these on the bottom.
not when you reveal the tile, because he already ate them. That's why they're in his cup.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So when I cash in my victory points is when he.
Well, if you know anything about pandas, this is
I don't.
clearly eating. This is the eating part,
Uh-huh.
and then playing the card is the pooping part.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't want to bring it to a poop
Yeah.
level.
Well, so
Wow.
pandas' poop doesn't smell bad. It goes through their system so fast, and they get so little nutrients out of it and everything. It actually still smells like leaves.
Pandas, please eat me. Like pandas, why do you
It's
do
like-
this?
It's
Very
weird.
cool.
Yeah. Not even necessarily meat, just like other stuff.
Anything.
Fruit, right?
Pandas.
Like, some with some sugar in it. All right. So I got rain.
Which means
So
you can irrigate a tile.
I
Or
picked my
sorry,
tile.
gosh darn it. You can put a bamboo section on an irrigated
single
plot
tile?
of your choice.
Yes.
Cool. So we're gonna go there. Because then that means
Just gonna flip the card.
I just flip the card,
Nice.
and I don't have to spend my gardener action that I was gonna do. So we're gonna do a tile action and a card action then.
Awesome.
I'm gonna take a land card. Cool.
Landmark move.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna draw my tiles. And
I don't know what a panda pot is. Wait, are they like bear claws?
That's what I was thinking, like a donut. That's what I thought
Yeah,
as well.
are they just a weird name for bear claws? Or rather, I shouldn't say weird, a regional name for bear claws? Because. Wait, what? Is it like in the Pacific Northwest we have moose tracks?
I don't know. All I can think about when there's weird ice cream flavors is comic books like Terrence Metropolitan, where they've got all kinds of weird flavored.
I mean, I've never heard of this, but I want ice cream on the way home, Jay.
I'm not sure what portion of that qualifies it as panda.
I don't either, but I don't. At this point, I'm just saying. So the moose tracks is similar because it's got fudge swirls, it's vanilla ice cream, and then it has like little peanut butter cups in it, and they're moose tracks.
Got it. Got it. Thank you, sir. I cannot keep that thing in there. Okay, so I get to take a improvement, and I think. Do I have to do this before I choose my turn?
Yes. It's the why they do it that way.
you don't have to play it anywhere. You can put it there
Yep.
and spend it later.
Irrigation.
I think that's what I'm going to go with is irrigation. That makes the most sense. And then for my actions, I'm going to take a tile and an advancement card.
Ooh.
I think for the card, I'm going to take a farmer.
A farmer.
Ooh, intriguing. And my three cards are I'm going to put this yellow one right here.
The sigh of
I don't think chat's gonna be happy with you. All right, and I'm gonna roll for chat, and you guys also get a
improvement.
Yep.
Enhancement, advancement,
achievement.
Achievement.
So we get to pick which improvement
Which one you want?
Yep.
and where we want it to go.
Yep.
You can.
Or you can put it on your board and use it later.
That is correct. Now the key is that it has to be placed on a tile that does not have any bamboo on it.
Yep.
That's
Okay.
the only stipulation.
And our options are the enclosure, which keeps the panda out,
Yep.
That is correct.
the thing that makes that tile irrigated,
Watershed.
Watershed.
the watershed, and the fertilizer.
That is
I know
correct.
it's called a watershed because Merc said it.
Okay.
That's why I remembered.
Yeah, I think I agree with the watershed. Any objections to the watershed improvement?
Nobody objects to a watershed.
I mean, the fire shed probably doesn't like it very much.
They're on the panda pause again.
Yep,
so-
panda
I
pause.
Alright.
Panda pause. All right,
Sounds-
putting it on your guys'
Yeah, we're gonna bank that.
pet.
Perfect.
And the other action was. Oh, you guys
That
were
wasn't an
main
action.
Yep,
Yeah.
I
That
realize
was
it now.
just-
So then, yeah, which 2 actions are you guys going to choose?
Let's see.
I thought they voted on that already.
Actually, flip that. There we go. That looks nicer.
This is a weird wording in the rule book, and I don't like it.
What does it say?
Improvements can only be added to plots where bamboo has not yet grown. This means plots which were just placed,
Mm-hmm.
plots which are not irrigated, and plots where the panda has just eaten everything.
Yes, it's important because when you drop a tile, and if it's irrigated on turn 1, it gets bamboo.
Oh, it does say
It-
I was thinking or.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So it's a little weird in the wording, but basically what it translates to is if there's no bamboo on the
Nope.
tile,
It-
you can then.
no,
yeah.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I just thought it was or. So I was like, okay, plots where the panda's eating everything, or plots that were just placed, or plots which
Okay.
are not irrigated. And I was like,
So
okay.
we are going to move the panda.
Okay,
We're gonna move him onto that green tile with some bamboo on it.
this one?
Yep.
Boop.
Okay.
Boop. And then we're gonna flip card 2.
He ate some bamboo.
There you go.
But that's not an action, so we're also gonna draw
Yep.
tiles.
Yep.
Perfect.
You have green fertilizer, green no fertilizer, and yellow.
Bamboo.
Yeah, green fertilizer. And we're gonna put it in between those 2 green tiles that are on the edge. Yep, right
Okay.
there. And then we're gonna flip card 1. Oh no, sorry, we can't. Not quite yet.
Gotta get it watered.
Yeah.
Make the green dick.
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
And
So-
we can place our irrigation tile at any time, right?
Yep.
That is correct.
Okay. So what do you guys think about us placing it in between the green tile with the enclosure and the fertilized green tile?
And so any tile may only have 1 improvement.
Yeah, they're talking about the.
They're talking about the
irrigation.
irrigation.
We're not talking about the watershed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry.
Though maybe we should have gone with the other green tile just so that we could do that instead.
Yeah.
Anyway, irrigation little piece.
Okay. And just as an FYI, the tile that's fertilized is not considered irrigated yet.
Yeah. Well, the one is, but not the other.
Yes.
Well, these 2 are already irrigated because it's next to this.
Yeah.
This one is
It's
not
not.
just yet.
All right. Chat, I'm gonna start taking my turn. I'm gonna do it. What do I need?
Decisions. It's two
That's
in
2 in a row.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I roll 6s. Do I?
This is exciting. The only thing I know, chat, is that one of us has to place a non-green tile here.
Why?
That's all I know.
Why?
Chat got frustrated when I placed that there, which means what they're trying to make is that, and they're 1 away from. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm going to.
Totally gonna do that. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm
Totally
kidding.
valid strategy.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to. Lightning.
Ooh.
Teach you a lesson, Panda. We're gonna go here. And then I'm gonna eat some bamboo.
There you go.
My panda loves pink bamboo. Alright, so my actions for the turn, I'm gonna go with tiles. And irrigation. So tiles, 1, glad I have options. That's really what I like.
Would you like yellow, or yellow?
Well, this wasn't the original plan, but it still works. And so I will go here. Put these yellows on the bottom. And reveal.
Oh, cool.
Then I'll take my stick. Oh, no, you're right. No, I didn't
Not
do that.
irrigated.
But then I'll take my stick and I'll irrigate this tile. In case chat might have needed that green one fertilized or irrigated.
Well, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
to drop
And
2.
don't we put a...
Yeah, it gets to.
Oh, because I just made it irrigated.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they still need the green one there.
We are gonna flip card 1.
Oh, never mind. There you go. Oh, there it is. I see.
Next.
I am
Are
done.
you done? All right.
I mean,
Hey!
Oh,
six.
man.
All right, I'm gonna get something to drink too.
All right. I have
Isn't
no
it
idea what to
bitte?
choose. Isn't that fun?
I don't know how to say you're welcome in German.
Dankeschön.
No, that's
No,
thank you.
thank you. Bitte.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's what I thought.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah, thank you. And I said bitte. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not sure if that's actually
Oh,
how to say
I
it.
thought you said I don't know how to say thank you in German. I
might have, and I'm just brain fried.
When you, yeah, I may have.
I think I'm gonna use the sun thing and get a third action.
Hey Doug, while I'm off screen, you want anything to drink or anything?
I'm wonderful, thank
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say that, but
you.
Shane? All right.
I'm tolerable.
So I'm gonna go with a card.
You're passable. Yeah, I did say it.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
misunderstood. That's okay.
No, that's cool. I just want to make sure
I
I
can
wasn't.
accept that.
And then I'm gonna go with a panda and we'll eat that.
I talk a lot and then don't remember what I said. And Sharon's like, do you realize what you just said? I'm like, no, I don't. It's an issue. It's a thing. And I am going to nom on this nondescript red bag of tortilla chips covered in cheese powder.
Just get a bowl. Just eat it all right now. Just all at one. Just all at one time. That way, there's no problems. You're just it's done. You got it.
Challenge accepted.
I got rain,
No, I'm not going to do that.
and I am gonna
No,
grow.
I did not accept it.
Yeah, it'd be a waste.
I'm gonna grow this tile here, please.
I'll move this.
And then I think I'm gonna move the farmer. And I'm going to draw a victory card. So the farmer I'm going to move here. So one green tile doesn't receive anything because it's not irrigated. The one I'm on receives 1.
When the panda
Yeah, receives 2.
See, two.
Oh, 2 because it's fertilized.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And then I will go ahead and snag a tile card. And that is my entire turn.
All right, rolling for chat. Here we go, guys. You get a third action.
Okay. Well, that's neat.
Don't forget, AK, that they're also fried or baked, but usually they're fried.
Okay. So
And
we.
And depending on the type, like it's not necessarily cheese powder, like the ranch.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
they
Yeah.
got the sun, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the sun. So you
Sweet.
get the third action.
3 actions.
So we want to draw a card.
Okay.
I feel like we probably want to draw a land card. But while we stew on that,
Merc, don't we all? Don't we all?
And a card.
What are your other actions?
Yes.
move the gardener
Okay.
So gardener,
and
card,
irrigate.
and irrigate.
Okay.
So I will give you an irrigation stick, and you guys can use that when you want.
Where's the gardener right now?
Gardner is right.
He's hiding.
He's hiding
Okay.
behind the bamboo.
Okay, so we're gonna draw a panda card.
Okay.
It's a chair.
Yeah, it is. All right, I'm gonna put it in position 1 because I think you don't have anything there.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Sigmund. It's like I know I should be like a fan of Tim's Cascade because I'm from here as well, but they're too hard, man. They hurt my teeth. Like I'd rather have a little bit.
I like Tim's a lot.
softer.
I like Tim's, but I like the not Tim's, what the Hawaiian luau.
Oh, I know what
whatever.
you're talking about.
I
Hawaiian
love
chips,
those,
yeah.
like that purple one.
Yeah,
I
we can
just-
drop our watershed, AK. What are you thinking about?
I just want to eat it to my mouth, please.
The-
Like, it's so good.
Sun chips, I really like.
I like some chips too.
Yeah,
I like the
the
harvest
fried.
cheddar.
I
And
like-
the garden vegetable.
The
I
French
like
onion,
them.
the garden vegetable,
Yeah.
yeah, all of them. I
Oh,
like.
good. Alright, so that was card. You guys are talking about moving the gardener. And you just grabbed a water stick. I've never had puff sun chips, but I want them. Like, yeah, I know. Isn't it stupid, Stig, that the Hawaiian ones are also made by Tim's, but they have different like levels of thickness or something? I don't know. They're different chips.
Okay.
So we're irrigating this yellow or the yellows over there?
So
I guess yellow 1, yellow 2.
is a watershed? Can a watershed tile be a source of
No,
irrigation?
it can be a source.
No. Okay. Okay. So I think we want to drop it on the For me, it's down. Furthest away from Bryce, that yellow tile. Yeah.
And you want to make this a watershed.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we do.
understood.
And then we want to move the gardener across the pond.
To this one?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can take it back after I move it. Just
Because then both of those tiles grow bamboo.
that is
Yep.
correct.
Yes.
And you still have a water stick that right now is on your
I need
board.
a
Oh, a starter.
yeah. Please and thank you.
No problem. Ow.
Okay. And then
I'm gonna rinse my hands.
yeah, we're just gonna hang out with the water stick right now.
That sounds good.
I'm take my turn. And then I will go wash the tea stuff off my hands.
Oh, you got lightning.
I did. I wanted to roll it better, but I'm not left-handed. It's a curse. I'm going to move the panda. Let's move his little self over to the very far yellow tile. That
Gotcha.
starter.
Right here.
Yep.
And you're gonna eat that.
Gonna eat that. Poor panda, he's all
Mhm.
teleport. He's still tired after teleporting.
And are you gonna take the irrigation or are you gonna drop the irrigation?
What irrigation?
I thought your other token was on.
No. That was for the lightning.
Oh,
Sorry, I
got it.
didn't move these off. I'm just now
Sorry.
like, lightning done. I'm going to.
Pokemon Community Day got canceled.
No,
Sorry,
I wanted shiny Abras.
Metaverse will not be canceled. We'll be doing it in some format, so
We just posted at our store earlier today. We were getting so many phone calls. I was like, the events are not canceled right now. I would love to say that we hit 250 people. We do not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll come hang out because my work just canceled all of my classes for the next 6 weeks.
For the next 6,
6 weeks.
Yeah.
that's tight.
well,
I'm super stoked.
Because
on
the hospital
fair.
that hosts us canceled their classes. So then by extension,
well, basically the state has canceled all classes of any kind for 6 weeks. So, I mean, in our 3 counties anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, 15th Sunday, the 16th then.
I mean, I don't like it. I'm going to go with tile. So, take my water stick.
Maybe.
And 3 tiles. Dun, dun, dun.
Actually, Morgan, it might make it harder because I was totally planning to have time to play Demon Hunters during the week on Wednesday, but now I have a 6-year-old at home during the week on Wednesday, so I don't know if it will or not.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and drop this guy right here. No pandas there, fam.
And that is not irrigated.
It's not irrigated.
And your other action was to irrigate?
Was yeah. I
Oh, you took it, okay.
Irrigation stick. I haven't decided where it's gonna go yet. So it's gonna hang out and not be played. And that is my turn. So now I can go wash my hand and be a responsible person.
20 seconds, bud.
Hey, I sing my own little song.
I want to hear happy birthday the whole time.
Wait a minute.
Oh gosh, it's foaming at me. Why is it? Oh god.
I think I'm gonna do the panda. And we'll go one, grab a yellow here, and another one, grab a pink there.
There you go.
And then I've got one of each color for my panda dude.
Good job, David.
That's awesome.
That was my turn.
Oh, drink.
Question mark.
So-
Sweet.
Everybody drink.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't prepared to choose whatever I wanted.
Well, what were you hoping for?
I
Just go with that.
try not to hope because on my turn I won't get it. So.
Wow, that sounds so bleak.
Well, it keeps me on my toes. What's the best action I can take with what I got?
I mean, I was singing if Betty's being green last time, so.
I want. What do I want? I'm really apologetic, guys. Usually I'm a little faster than this.
Tell me what you want.
What you really, really want.
So
I want a zig a zig. I mean, come on. Who doesn't?
He really, really, really wants to sing a bit.
If you want to be my lover.
I gotta get it.
Well, the stream is taking a turn for the weird.
When are we hitting the 20-second mark where we're not allowed to sing songs?
Oh, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Nothing we just did there qualifies as singing.
Okay, I want. What do I want? I think.
Also, definitely falls under parody law.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's.
Stigman, do I know you? Do I know who you are, like in person?
Yeah, so if you're from
If
this
not,
area,
I want to know you because I love the Litany Against Fear so much. It's like it's so good. If you're not from actually Tacoma, just so you know, Tacoma just recently opened a new park that was renovated and everything, and is Dune Park. Dune, it's the Dune
Frank Herbert.
Dune Peninsula at Frank Herbert Park.
Yeah,
And it is dope.
it's super cool.
Yeah, and it was named actually a friend of ZOE and in my opinion the best author ever to walk the planet, Robin Hobb, helped campaign, and Kat Ogden, who was going to be directing Journey Quest 4. I'm not sure what's happening now, but Kat Ogden is actually her daughter, and has worked with ZOE and was, I think, first AD and producer, or she was producing in some capacity on the first Journey Quest. And she's just an amazing human being. But she and her mom were instrumental in getting the campaign going to get it named Frank Herbert Park, because of course it's built on a Sarco smelter land.
Yeah.
But it inspired Frank Herbert to get into environmentalism and the concepts of environmentalism, and Dune was based in the idea of, like, you know, destroying the land and recovering it and that kind of stuff. So, Buckley, nice.
It's super awesome.
I've gotten
It
two
is.
books signed by Robin Hobb. I'm pretty jazzed up about. I'm also a huge fan.
I am super jazzed that our CEO Ben Dobbins many years ago introduced me to her, because we were talking when he was still in college about our favorite authors, and we said we like the same stuff. We should introduce each other to each other's favorite authors, and I introduced him to Assassin's Apprentice and Robin Hobb's books. He's like, these are amazing, and he introduced me to George R. R. Martin, and
For which you
those
still
books are
haven't
still not
forgiven him, I
finished
assume?
20 years later. So Ben owes me for
Thanks,
that. But Ben totally paid me back because he then introduced me to the author that I had introduced him to her books.
Yeah, fair.
And like, yeah, she like knows who I am and stuff. It's pretty
That's
exciting.
You introduced me to Robin Hobb, not the person, but the books.
books.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, these are so good. I'm actually gonna be buying them. on
She is
Kindle.
also a Tacoma. I mean, it's like
Have
Tacoma's
you-
got some really.
Have you
amazing-
just read the Assassin trilogy?
I read like the first, like the Assassin trilogy and the next one, but
Live
it's
Ship Traders is. Yeah, see, obviously I'm a big fan.
this was also years
I love
ago,
that.
so I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
I don't meet that many people that are that into Robin Hobb. 'Cause she's kind of,
So
she's kind of under the.
despite what it looks
so
like, because I get this all the time, and I'm okay with it. I start talking about novels because I read a lot, and I start talking about it. People are like, I get a lot of you. You read a lot. It's like, I'm like, I don't know what's shocking about it, but yes, it turns out I read a lot.
This does not surprise me. What surprises me is just like she's got, she's on the New York Times bestseller list and everything, but
How few people.
relative to like George R. R. Martin, like George R. R. Martin is a fan of her books and has.
Yes, she's
She
local.
does. She's amazing.
Yeah, I really
She's
like
local. She
Yeah.
goes
Yeah.
to local conventions and she'll be doing signings.
Yep.
And I'll walk across because I'm usually running a booth or something. And I'll walk across to get an autograph, and there's
Yeah,
nobody in
okay.
line, and it's mine. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
keep going
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it's their turn.
Well, I'm finishing my turn.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Can I get the rain on this one to give it bamboo,
Boom.
please and thank you.
Bamboo.
I will move the farmer there to grow bamboo everywhere.
Boom.
That will allow me to flip over the 4 green on a non-improved tile, and then I would like to take 3 tiles off the top, please.
Alright, so here's what happens. So you move the farmer, so this one sprouts.
That one does not sprout. It's not
It's
irrigated.
not irrigated.
It doesn't sprout nothing. This one sprouts 1.
The 4th that I need to get my objective.
And also the one right next to it sprouts 2.
2. Yep.
There goes that objective.
Doug, can you move your cards above your board?
Done and done.
Thank you.
Easy cheesy.
It does. The Tacoma Book Center is actually, how would you describe that? A quarter of a block away from here.
Oh, yeah,
And it is-
I never go there.
You cross the
Are
cross
you
the railroad
kidding me?
I
tracks,
always end up going down
and
the
it's
front.
on the right hand side.
Where I'm from, we call that spitting distance.
Spitting
That's-
distance. Yeah.
There's no
Sam can
G in
spit
that.
really
Spitting
far.
distance.
Spitting distance.
Mhm.
Yeah, we are spitting distance from the largest used bookstore in Washington. It is from ZOE Studios. You literally walk across the railroad that you hear all the time, and then walk kitty corner across the intersection at that street, and you're there.
It's interesting. It says the
Yeah.
largest in Washington.
Washington there.
I need 3 tiles. Sorry.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
I'm
because
talking.
Powell's. is-
I'm thinking it's the biggest used bookstore, like, anywhere.
Pals, man.
Powell's is way bigger.
They
Yeah,
do
but
used
Powell's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, I've never
Powell's
been
is
there.
not exclusively a
You need-
used
it's
bookstore.
not
It's an experience. Like the fact that it's like multiple blocks. You're just like,
In Spokane, there's a place
Floors.
called Auntie's Books.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Auntie's
several
Books.
stories. Yeah.
yeah.
Andy's is amazing. I love Andy's. They also have Uncle's Games.
That originated in there,
Yeah,
actually.
which Bryce
That-
used to work with Uncle's Games when they tried to move to Tacoma.
Uncle's Games
Oh.
was who got me started into gaming.
Nice.
Hey.
Interesting in Spokane, interestingly enough.
But yeah, my family's all, my wife's family rather is all in Spokane. And so Auntie's Books is
And
amazing.
then these are the tiles, in case you guys are
It's-
interested, that I'm tanking on the
a
bottom.
fourth the size of Powell's.
Yeah. Pals
best.
Oh my
is
gosh.
Maybe a sixth.
insane.
Okay,
Yeah.
and chat, it is now your
Sounds
turn.
like-
I apologize. And for the first time this game, I'll be rolling your dice.
Yeah, well, it was the second time.
Did I roll it
Yeah, you
before?
rolled
I think
before.
you're right. You're right. You got the cloud, which means you get to choose an improvement.
Okay, so we need to talk about what improvement we want, what kind of card we want to draw, and where we want to move the gardener.
The last time we went, I definitely picked up like 7 books. I'm like, I'll get to these. Never got them.
Yeah, I have the it was the UK released version of the Assassin's Apprentice in hardback, the Assassin's trilogy. They've got the like embossed, like embroidered, like,
That's pretty
leather-bound type.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're gorgeous.
so we're going to for the cloud die,
Of course,
we're going to
anyway,
pick up
everything she's written.
fertilizer.
Okay. Fertilizer.
I'm a huge. I
Going
read
to
the Life
your
Ship
board.
Trader books, and
We want to
Yeah.
move the gardener
Okay.
across the pond
what's most
to that
exciting is,
yellow,
like, Life
To the
Ship
yellow,
Trader
if you
books.
could, anyone.
The gardener.
and then those 3 tiles should grow.
That is accurate.
Is that right? Do we
I'll
before
get
that
one.
happens? Do we want to place that fertilizer
Yeah,
on
now-
the yellow one?
Really, really quick, guys, and I apologize for being interruptive. Since we got all 3 of those tiles irrigated, I get to flip another card over.
Stop giving him points.
Yeah. Rrr.
Yeah. We probably shouldn't anyway. Okay.
What was the second
Excuse
action?
me. The second action is we want to draw a land card.
Okay.
So next turn, I was going
Land card.
irrigation down there. So I was like,
yeah,
sweet,
scored.
yeah.
There we go.
Well, that's you irrigated these and did that for me too. For
Okay.
for mine, so
All right.
just go around the table.
All right, we'll take my
Now,
turn.
Bryce will give them some points, then I'll give Bryce some points.
All right, wind. What am I doing with wind?
Blowing.
I mean, not wrong. I think that, like, I could take 2 actions, but I'm not sure if there's any action I really want to take twice. The only one I would probably want to take would be getting more cards because I'm down to 3.
Down to 1.
Yeah, which is why, like, wind would be great to get a couple of cards. And I think chat is doing something that I want them to do. So I can just let them continue to do it and hopefully get me victory points. So, I do have an irrigation stick too.
And I apologize, chat. While he's figuring out what he's doing, do you mean this Emperor card with the 2 points on it?
Oh, I thought they were called Emperor cards.
That's what you're saying. They're the whole
Yeah.
group of them is called Emperor cards. The one that has the Emperor's the bonus card for the person who gets all 7 cards flipped first.
That's correct. Yes.
But they're all 3.
Yeah, I was interpreting Merc saying an Emperor card as a land card,
Right.
because that's what it is. But Merc was not also making that interpretation, so.
Cool.
I do believe that I'm not going to be taking the same action. I am instead going to be taking water action and I think I need a tile. Now I'm getting a card. So, first thing, I'll grab my water stick. And then I will be grabbing. I'm grabbing a farmer card. There's a lot of different heights going on, so the likelihood of just grabbing it and flipping it is likely, but not today.
Not today.
Well, 1 second. I'm gonna water and water.
So all the yellows are.
Whoa.
There we go. Okay, it's there enough. And then I have.
Make sure that you.
Oh yeah.
Those grow. Yeah.
They got to grow, which means a starter.
Yep.
And a starter plus 1.
So you got 3 actions, right?
I get 3 actions.
Yep. I use the dice to mark the third.
I do. I also really like that.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. It's a lot easier when everyone has hands that can touch things, but it is what it is, chat. We still do. Oh wait, what did I get?
We're gonna do irrigation, panda, and a card. So start with the card. Irrigation stick. Interesting. And panda's gonna go here.
Run, panda.
And eat one of those.
Okay. My turn. I will get rain.
Okay.
Which.
Pick color any color.
Yeah, it's. Do I have to?
I think so. Pretty sure. It'd be weird just like, no, nothing grows when it
The player
rains.
may place a bamboo section on the irrigated plot of his choice.
There you go. Lesson learned.
I
It's
will.
a thumbs up, right, Mark? Hey.
That's right. I'll not grow anything.
I was thinking jazz hands.
Jazz hands
That's
works.
right.
Or, if you guys don't know, this is sign language for llama. Because it's space. I also...
You know the whole crank it up thing that people do?
Yeah.
So I got one that it's not bad. It's appropriate. So I got a buddy of mine came through, a week ago, and he put his hand up like this, and he starts to crank, and he's like, you know what this is for? It's because you're awesome. So I thought I don't know where he got it from, but it was.
Oh, man, I wish I could see, because I don't know the sign language for bacon. Shannon's doing it for me. Okay, wait, is it?
V hands.
Okay.
Make them nice and horizontal. Put
Okay.
your fingertips together, and then make waves.
Awesome.
I will start by taking a card, and I think I'm going to take a land card.
This is rude.
My
Do it
land
again.
card is already done, so I'm going to go ahead and count it. And then my second action, I'm going to move a panda here. I'm going to eat this, and that's going to flip that card.
Nice. Which puts him at 6.
Correct.
So one more flip, and he starts the last turn of the game.
That is correct.
Yep, I've lost.
You
Alright, I'll roll for chat. Maybe chat can still win.
do it, chat.
Chat's got this.
Wind.
Wind.
Do you need to do
2
the same thing
actions.
twice? Because that would be good.
Rude.
Sorry, I didn't start the poll because I was so excited about the sign language for bacon.
As badly as it. So you're losing as badly as I am. Okay,
It's
good.
like so I don't know any actual sign language,
Sea
but
turtle.
do you know what this is?
No.
This is too much rock for one hand.
It's
That
been
is the
so
most
long.
Jack Black thing ever.
Is it? I don't. I've been doing that since I was in middle school.
I
That's where-
forgot. Oh man, it's been a long time.
That is very, very tenacious D right there.
Yeah.
Sea turtle.
Sea turtle.
There's no sign for otter, and it makes me really sad.
They just have to spell it.
Okay.
So the sign becomes the.
So you have no other cards.
I have no card.
he's gonna draw
So his
cards
next turn,
before
he
So,
has to draw a card.
If I get the wind and I draw 2 cards, I may get lucky and drop one immediately.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I saw the best license plate ever.
Okay.
Is it Maine that has a moose on their license plate? It's got like a on their like fancy, colorful license plate. They have like a moose on it. I think it's Maine. And so somebody got a personalized license plate that has an ampersand, and SQRIL.
Awesome.
Yes, SQIRL. And so it's their license plate is just moose and squirrel.
Okay, we are going to draw tiles.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, what was our?
You
Win.
get your
Oh, so
dice.
we can do the same
Win.
thing twice.
You
Yep.
can do the same thing
Okay,
twice. If
we are not going to though.
Okay.
So we're gonna draw tiles.
Okay. And what's the other action?
Well, we're gonna
You
draw
can't wait
tiles.
till the tiles are done. You have to choose your action.
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
irrigate.
Okay. So I'm just gonna give you an irrigate stick.
That's pretty good, Merc.
so
And your options are yellow, green, or green with water.
when I was working at Wizards of the Coast, somebody pulled into the parking lot with a Lotus, and the license
Yeah.
plate said black across it. So
My favorite one that I saw is tap 3.
yeah,
Yeah. Or add 3 mana.
yeah, correct.
Yeah, that gamble didn't pay off.
But you haven't lost yet.
Is there a place we can put the tiles?
The
so that you
tiles
can-
are yellow, green, and green with water.
I'm sorry, very far.
I have this big giant
What's that
table
sign
and
language
two
for?
yards.
Blight.
Alright, so what am I doing on my turn? That's my question.
My turn's going to be simple. I just win. I'm
Wow.
kidding. I'm
Whoa.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Whoa.
You know that I'm going to get cards, and none of them is
Yeah.
anywhere near achievable, and it's going to shut me down for like 3 turns.
One thing I really like about the game is like, oh, I guess I have 2 actions, maybe, depending on what they do.
So we're gonna place that yellow tile at the
What? Can you read it out
Is
loud?
this what we're talking about?
right there.
That's the green dick. I understand
Yeah.
the reference.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got a weird bend,
It
but
leans a little to the left.
It's often the case.
So like maybe I was gonna do something there. I don't know. And I'm gonna roll this die. Oh wait, did you guys want to irrigate anything? You guys did choose irrigation. I gave you an irrigation stick. You guys actually have 2.
Nope, we went with that shrimp. Okay.
Yeah, we're holding on to the stick. We're still hoping.
Okay, so you have 2 sticks.
Yes.
Okay.
We know what we're about.
especially when it comes to your sticks.
Wind, you're the worst. Didn't even want you.
Doug, do you want to share that gesture again? Because they were looking at the board and couldn't see or...
Oh, so the gesture is, what's this? It's too much rock for one hands.
See, totally Tenacious D.
Yeah.
For one hands? I think I said hands plural.
You did, but I wasn't going to say
hand,
anything.
hand.
I heard you do it the first time, so it didn't even occur to me until you caught it. That you'd done that. I'm just like, oh yeah, sure, yeah. Oh,
You know,
hands.
I think.
Stigman, I want to know what all of these points you're adding and detracting are going to. Like,
Tom.
do we get a prize?
They're going to Tom.
There was a,
Who's Tom?
what's the restaurant that they
You
used
should
to
watch Metaverse.
What's the restaurant where they would roll paper out on the table and you could draw with it on
A
color crayons?
lot, and I love them.
I've only ever seen one that does it. I can't remember, but I
Olive
remember.
Garden does it. Or not Olive Garden. Old Spaghetti Factory does it.
Oh, interesting. I had a buddy that would mark pluses and negatives on there,
Boop.
depending on how the wait staff was
Oh,
doing.
geez.
Tom is the tactical operations matrix. As Bert points out.
Thanks, Mark. I'm going to get 2 cards, and I'm going to get 2 farmer cards. Let's see, farmer, do you hurt me this time? 6 points. Wait, maybe? No, that's no panda. I get no points for that. I'll put these down.
But I'm glad I know one of the cards now.
No!
Rain.
Rain. Yes, I'll do a rain on that one.
Raining on my parade.
And on irrigation.
What's your other action? I'm excited. I want to know.
Thinking. I'm gonna try a card.
Again. It hurts. Wow. All right.
It escalated quickly. Lightning.
Teleporting pandas.
Good lord. So I know you need to get the panda over here, I think, which is...
I don't have any panda cards.
I'm probably biased because of Bruno, but I don't think Jackson's all that bad.
Where do I want to put him? No, I don't think I want to do that. I want to put the panda... Do I have to move the panda?
I don't know. That's a rule book question.
I mean, if you select the move the panda option, but then you leave him where he is, does he eat bamboo where he
The
is?
player
He does
can
not.
put the panda on the plot of his choice to recover from his fear that Cheyenne will eat the section of bamboo. So I would argue if you put it on a plot that doesn't have bamboo,
He couldn't eat bamboo.
then you could eat it.
Yeah.
That's all of it.
Okay, I'm going to move the bamboo, or the panda...
Bamboo.
And then for my 2 actions, I'm going to take a card. And actually, can I rewind 2 seconds and move the panda here instead?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool. And then my next option will be to move the panda.
Okay.
So I will take I'll take a panda eating card.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to move the panda here
Okay.
and eat the bamboo.
Really?
I can't get to that one from there.
It's got to be a straight line?
And then, would you like to roll for?
Oh, yeah. I haven't
Chat?
rolled for chat in a while. All right, chat. That's right.
Your choice, chat.
What do you want to do, chat?
They're doing option 4, whatever option 4 is.
Ooh, interesting.
Lots of votes for 4. A couple votes for 5.
Like, I would assume 4 is move panda.
Move
but,
panda, yeah.
But Sharon might mix him up to throw us off.
Yeah, could be.
Sharon's wily.
Wait, it's these, right? Like,
That's what
like
I'm
that,
assuming,
so
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, so that'd be the.
Oh,
right
yeah,
hand.
that might be.
Yeah, right?
Well, no, because they're choosing 2 things. I don't know. Merc has voted for a bunch, so
All I know.
4, 5, 3,
Merc
and
for
sun.
sun. So that would be 3 actions. So then 4, 5, and 3. So
Oh, that
if
makes
we've
sense.
got it right, then that would be a new card, a panda, and an irrigation.
So we are going
Or
to
a farmer.
draw 3 tiles.
Didn't see that coming.
Which weather pattern
Yeah,
are we
you
taking?
gotta do your weather first.
Oh, no, we want the sun.
Okay, taking
so
the
3
sun.
actions.
Yep.
And first action's tile. Well,
Tiles.
okay. One of your choices is tile.
Yep. We are also going to draw a card. So think about
Awesome.
what kind of card that we want. And we are also going to move the panda.
I'm not sure
Sweet.
where we want to move
Cool.
the panda, so I'll also talk about that.
You're gonna do tiles first while you're figuring out the rest?
Do you want to draw your card first, and then you can make your tile draw and
Ooh,
move the
yeah.
panda?
That might change a lot.
It
of
may
things.
change what your decisions are with the tile and moving the panda.
I'm pointing at the panda. Are we all pointing?
There's panda. There's gardener.
We've pointed.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think we want to draw the tile
Okay.
first.
Tile first.
Okay.
You got a
Tile?
pink fertilizer and 2 yellows.
Okay, we want the pink tile.
Yep.
We want to place it next to those other pink tiles.
Oh, up there.
Yep. No.
Oh, down here.
There,
Oh,
yeah.
that shape makes sense.
Yep, there. We want to place 2 irrigation sticks
Yep.
that we
Okay.
already have
Yep.
in order to irrigate that furthest tile.
And then.
We want to flip card 2.
Yep.
And then that gets 2.
Yep.
And does it make anything else grow?
Nope.
Okay.
Because
Only
that
the
was
card
already
does that.
irrigated.
And then
Hey, look at that.
for our second action, we want to draw a card. It looks like a gardener card.
So
Let's say, remember, you also have a fertilizer tile. Just want to make sure you guys remember. Because you play it any time.
So if I'm doing the math right, you flipped tiles and you drew a card. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if you picked sun, you still have one more action.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sharon is
Which
coming
is
to look at a panda.
moving the panda.
Well, I'm not coming to move the panda. We're gonna move the panda, but they haven't talked about where we want to move it yet. I was just coming to check the height of the bamboo because we get to flip card 2.
Sweet. Which one?
You could have.
Well, I was coming to check
Gotcha.
the height of the bamboo. I didn't want to be like, hey, give me this information for no reason.
Nope.
Nope. It's got to be a level
You need
4.
one more.
You need
What?
one more here.
Yep.
So this
Or
one
2 more
is
here.
4
You have a
with
2 and a 3.
fertilizer.
fertilizer.
With the fertilizer?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Do you want to put your? Oh, well,
You
you
have a
can't.
fertilizer.
You can't put the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can't put the fertilizer there. You can only put an improvement on a card with no bamboo.
Oh.
Do we you can only put an improvement on a what card?
On a card without bamboo on it.
Uh,
So it has to be void of
So-
bamboo to
That
do
makes
the
sense.
improvement.
If instead of moving the panda, you wanted to do that, you could
mhm.
add your 4th one by moving the gardener
Yep.
to that position.
But technically, you're supposed to pick your actions.
Yeah, but they
first.
can't see the
But-
board as well. as
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can, so.
But we would totally, make sense to switch.
Mhm.
So if you move the gardener,
Yeah, we're down for a little bit of like cheating.
that's great.
I
Whoa,
don't-
not cheating.
Not
Do
cheating.
you want to move the gardener?
We're down for a
Correction.
little bit of like creative reinterpretation. of
and
the
that's-
There
rules.
we go.
Do you want to move the gardener to this tile or
To
this tile? The only reason I ask is because it impacts where it can move next turn.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Because it's going to get that
then
4th
it also
one, and you're
does-
going to get the card either way.
Would you?
I think
Yeah.
we want to move it as far as possible
That's fine.
to limit other people's choices. We're
Which is
already
fair.
not.
It's a good
winning.
call.
Hey,
It's
so
a
you
good
guys
call.
get card 2 now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom.
Card 2.
Cool.
Okay. My turn. Alright, I get to make an improvement tile.
It was overwhelming.
Is it?
I'm like, the number of it's complicated.
But I agree. There's so many choices, but you don't get too bogged down with,
It has-
analysis
It
paralysis,
has
as you were saying.
depth.
It does. It has replayability too.
I love this game.
Alright, you know what?
Panda can't eat.
We should see about getting some kind of like
like stick on neon dot or something that we can put on pieces so that they can be seen easier from overhead?
That's good call.
Yeah.
Especially if it
And
comes
there
off
we go.
after, so then we can be like, the pink dot is the panda.
Well, it probably we might have helped if we
This-
turn this light on. So
Oh yeah, that might help. Of course,
Then
that might
my
also have
cute
helped 2 hours ago.
actions.
well,
Nah.
like, yeah, it's plug them over there or wherever. So
Gonna be farmer and say so. I may or may not be getting this one and this one. So can I get any of these other ones? Can't choose farmer again, which would be really nice.
True that.
So I will instead go with cards. So farmer and cards. So the farmer is going to move here, but I can't reach the farmer.
gardener.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Farmer, I mean, they're both doing the same thing, right? So that'll go.
And that gets 2 of them out.
That'll get 2, which allows me to flip over this one.
4, and yeah.
I'm going to irrigate that far one,
Done.
which gets me this one.
Well done.
I have a card I'm going to pick up, so I'm going to pick up this card. And
I just realized you put the water tile on there, so I get this one.
yeah, see, I'm helping out.
Yeah.
We're helpers.
Do you get that one? Oh, you do. You're right. I'm blind.
Because he irrigated that one.
For some reason, my brain was not working either.
Well, this card is useless. That is my turn.
Good turn. Good turn.
It was. I got 2
Oh,
cards.
lovely. Well, that's totally useless.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, completely useless. So I'll take this one. There's more of them. Everybody in irrigation.
So much irrigation.
So much irrigation.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So I'll wait until chat's next turn.
Sweet.
So we can talk about things, and Mark can talk about what his plans or thoughts are.
I'm invested in Mark's plans and
Me
thoughts.
too.
I'm going to get another card. And hopefully it gets me something useful.
I don't remember what Yojimbot does. I know I've seen it, but
Interesting.
I don't even know.
So I'm going to irrigate a
Oh.
whole heck of a lot of stuff.
Holy smokes!
Yeah. And that's gonna net.
Not as much as you might think. Wait, that doesn't get it because there's a thing there, right? So it's this was already irrigated.
That
so
is
it's just
correct,
These
yep.
2 that are actually
Yeah.
irrigated and not before. But it does give me like 4 whole points for
Nice.
my little map there. Which I was like, oh yeah, I got it right here early on, and then I was like, oh no, it's backwards. It's not symmetrical. And these are both lame, so that's my turn.
Sweet.
I
Roll
feel
my
your
dice.
pain. I have a lot of farmer cards, and I have not gotten any.
I got wind, which allows me to take 2 actions.
What are you gonna do?
I might just take 2 cards.
That would. I think that's a good play.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put them both on cards. And
Farmer.
I'm gonna take 1 land card for sure. For my first action.
Pick a card.
Well, that's junk. I'll take another land card. Why not?
Farmer.
I have 5 cards
Oh,
played,
you're kidding me.
and I have 3 in hand that will never be played.
Isn't that suck? And you're just like, oh.
I can't do anything with either of them.
Rough.
My turn's done.
Rough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's chat's turn, and we want to roll for chat.
Lightning, teleporting panda.
Yay.
Where am I going?
Do you have any bamboo eaten? Do they have any bamboo?
No, I
they
don't
have
think
zero
we do.
bamboo.
Move panda to green tile with 4 and nom nom nom. This one or this one? Or this one?
There's so many.
With 4 green. Oh, there's 2. Oh, holy
Three.
moly, 3
Yeah,
of them.
there's a
Were 4.
lot of green bamboo going on.
Oh yeah, you can't do that one. I mean, there's a reason. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah. Wish we had a stick like 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2.
1. What 2? 1.
Oh yeah.
What 2? Who needs a stick? I have fingers. 1.
Fingers are just meaty sticks.
What 2? They are.
Meat
Yet
sticks.
Not edible.
You ever had a ladyfinger before?
They're delicious.
Well, that panda's trying to eat too much.
You greedy little panda.
No, that goes to them.
That goes to them, yeah.
Greedy little panda.
Oh, fair point, Mark.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we should say A and B.
Eins.
Yeah.
Or P and Q.
Eins.
Why P and Q?
Just random. There's no, yeah.
Well, there's like the mind your P's and Q's kind of thing.
Just something can't be confused with anything else.
X.
Okay, so it
And-
looks like we want to, if I'm interpreting the poll right, which I might be, I think we want to move both the panda and the gardener. Is that right, guys? Like that's our 2 actions. Okay, so we want to. Where do we want to scare the panda to, or teleport the panda to?
Well, we teleported the panda already to
Yes.
this.
Oh, to the green
position.
one. Okay, cool.
Correct.
Yeah, I thought that's cool.
Okay, no, that's good.
Okay.
So then let's move. Wait, this is our last turn.
No.
No,
Not
oh,
yet.
we're gonna get
I
another one.
didn't. I did not flip the card.
No,
Perfect.
nobody's managed to flip
Okay,
the 7th card.
so then let's move the panda towards Bryce to eat a yellow.
Here.
Yeah, yellow bamboo.
Burp.
And that's action 1. And then action 2 is we're gonna move the gardener across the green tile into that irrigated yellow tile. Yeah,
Right here.
towards
All the
Doug.
way.
Yeah, that. And
2 tiles get to go.
grow.
Yeah.
Duh.
Grow.
Well, don't all 4 get it?
No.
Only-
just yellow.
Only adjacent tiles with the same color.
But all of those yellow tiles are connected.
Adjacent tiles to the
Oh,
garden.
adjacent to the gardener?
Correct.
Oh, that's poopy.
I brought up a good
Farmer
reminder.
makes sense.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
farmers. Just. All right.
I thought they had to be adjacent to each other, not
Oh, that'd
adjacent
be-
to the gardener.
Amazing.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That's
the
why.
green-
That's why I thought everybody was building these long strings of colors because, like, that made
I've-
sense to me.
It's actually, I'm not used to being so much of the same colors packed together like this.
Me either. All right.
Wind.
So I could take 2 of the same action, and I think I will. I mean, that's a hard thing. So I'm going to double farmer.
Double farm.
Double farmer.
Double gardener.
Oh, I'm smart sometimes. So. Oh yeah, double gardener. That's right. He's a gardener, not a farmer.
Where are you going?
So he's gonna go here first,
Okay.
which will then cause this to grow 1.
Yep.
And this to grow 1.
And this one to grow
And
1.
that one to grow 1.
And this one to grow none.
None,
'cause it's
because
full.
it's big. So my second gardener will go to this one, which will then cause this to grow. All right. Thank you, sir. This to grow, and this to grow, which allows me to flip this one.
That also puts Bryce at 6 flipped cards.
6 flip.
And then it's, I believe,
It's like a
makes it
skating
good.
thing, but it's not good. Question mark.
Yeah, of course.
8.
Okay. Sorry, this didn't take me a second. So. Did my move. irritating.
How it's just one
Well,
action
just 'cause
away
of-
from.
Yeah, just the way that it's structured. It's like if I add bamboo there, it adds bamboo there, which would then screw up my plans to like it's. This is a complicated card. If I did lightning, I would delete that one. I have to grow that twice, but I can only grow it once with the gardener.
So I haven't done it yet, so I want to do a shout out to Audio Dungeon Wednesdays at 5:30, and Table Takes Fridays at 11 a.m. We do some work with them. They're our partners, and they're awesome. So you should give them a check out if you hadn't yet. I know that Christian does Table Takes. I'm not sure who's on Audio Dungeon, but
It's just a partners of ours. Petra's involved with it.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I don't remember who all is involved with it, but just yeah, we host them.
Okay.
They give us a shout out occasionally.
check them out.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm going to use my choice to do the hydration thing and rain here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a gardener. No, the panda can't get there. This panda has to go in a straight line.
You fool, Panda.
So
Learn
I'm not gonna do
corners.
that. Dang it. If I could get the panda to here, I could do grow there, and then that one I have 4 of them that are all 3 high, and I would get that card.
So scare the panda with the lightning.
But then I can't grow the
That one.
stuff right. So the panda drops that to 3. Then when I grow this one, it grows that one as well, and I'm messed up again.
They all need to have 3.
I have to have 4 of them that have 3. And this one
4?
has no eating, so
Oh, yeah.
I can't take that one down.
Oh.
Isn't that wild?
So you need to eat a green one
And grow 2 here.
because you need 3 that have 4.
I need 4 that have 4. 4 that have 3.
Well, that have 3.
So I don't know.
Only
if it's
3?
different. Only 3. Can't be 4. It has to be just 3. Exactly 3. So I'm going to go a different route. And I am going to use...
Thou shalt not stop it too, accepting.
Well, so you need 3 greens with 3 on it.
4
Or-
with 3.
Look, here's the card.
Oh, good
4
lord.
greens
Yeah,
with
it's a
3
hard
on it.
one.
Yeah.
But how many
Welcome
points?
to
It's 8
Arithmetic
points.
with Zoe Game Night. We've abandoned sandwich talk and now it's basic math.
We will never
All right. So
Ever.
I'm still using the irrigation thing, only I'm going to irrigate.
Hey, you can
abandon
one.
sandwich top.
Is that gonna, no, it won't work either, because then I can't move him twice. If I do wind, I move the gardener twice, but I can't get to a yellow tile on his first move.
So if you guys haven't voted in the poll, that's up. It's
The poll for what?
Oh, for the next game that will be, well, not the next, but like 2 iterations.
The May game poll is up?
Yeah, it's a May poll, in fact. It's a May poll about flowers and, well, plants in general. Because our theme for April was showers, and you guys all voted for Petrichor, which is a game about rain. And if you don't know what the word Petrichor means, it's the smell that happens when it rains. It's awesome, I think. We'll see. But the game after that is going to be a flowers-based game, and the poll's up right now. We specifically, me and Sharon and Madeline, went through a huge list of games to try to find one that you guys could... Is it oil? What? I didn't know that.
Bryce, you interrupted yourself.
I got distracted with Petrichor. It's really fascinating. Me, Madeline, and Sharon went through a huge list of games about flowers to find the games that would be best suited for having a chat participation. So I think it'll go well. Sharon says anything can be done with enough gusto. She says if you say it confidently, people believe you. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I have to be more confident. So.
If I wanted to participate in this poll, where would I find it?
Well, Sharon, if you were looking to participate, you could go to our Discord and then look at it there. AK, can you link the Discord? Or Zombie Orpheus, can you link the Discord? That's the one.
Okay. That was not a terrible turn. That was rough what you had going on in your hand, though.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's going to work for me.
Is it going to be win?
Oh, I don't know. You got a lot of points over there.
I do.
The question is...
This game gets a little bit mental towards the end.
Yeah. Because you're like, all right, how can I stack these points?
Yes,
What do I
yeah.
need? How do I do this?
The pressure of the next turn might be my last turn as well is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to take a card.
Okay.
It'll be my option. So I'm going to start by taking 3 tiles.
Okay, well, what's your question mark?
Oh, question mark's going to be sun. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll turn
No
it to
problem.
sun. So I take 3 actions. I apologize.
Dun,
And then really only one. Garbage.
dun. So, not the ones he wanted, everyone.
I think you wanted yellow.
That's exactly
It's
what
very possible.
Well, yes. I mean,
Theorizing, I don't know. Just
Putting it out there, spitballing.
maybe.
go ahead and put that green next to the other green.
Take that, panda. You ain't eating nothing over here.
And
This
then
is no panda zone.
I'm going to go ahead and move the panda up 1 to take this green tile.
Okay.
And then on my 3rd card, I'm going to take... I'll take one of the land cards and see what happens. Sweet. So I got pulled the land card off,
Oh, tight.
which ends the game, and I also ate 2 green.
Oh, nice.
So the game is officially on last turn.
I could have used either of those. I could have gotten either of those.
So-
I'd drawn either of those cards.
He also gets the Emperor.
Because I was the first person to flip 7 cards.
Yeah.
And does that mean everybody takes another turn? Or does it mean... Because the
We
question...
go around one more time, and you don't get another turn.
Or does it mean that everybody gets the same number of turns that I got?
I don't think
Which,
so.
since you went first, is actually the same.
Yes, but the only reason I want to distinguish it is for future playthroughs. For
Okay, we'll look it up while
Yeah,
chat takes their turn.
chat, you get your turn no matter what.
Yeah,
You
no
know-
matter what, we get
yes.
our turns.
And
we can...
chat, the dice roll. Who do you want to roll your dice, chat?
It's the last roll. Choose a person.
Yes, pick one of us.
Thunderdome. Mark, you getting called
Mike,
out?
you got one so far. Can you throw that in the...
Oh, well.
3
Oh,
turns.
sweet,
3
you
actions.
get 3 actions. Would you throw that in?
We need to get.
Yeah, so basically when you flip that 7th objective, everybody gets a turn after you do that except for you.
So, in case you didn't hear that, chat, the second that I flip the 7th card, whoever did it, every other player gets another turn. No matter...
So on my die roll. That. That's 50% chance. That's not bad. Can I get more than one? No, and no.
This is exciting, chat.
What else we got going on? So Petrichor's coming up.
And before you get too far in that, I think the voting has died down. Okay, so we want to draw a card. What kind of card do we want to draw, Chad?
I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to more Pandemic Legacy. Because, like, I don't know what it is about the current situation and everything with, like, school being canceled and everything that's going on, but
Yeah.
it just
we
makes me
wanna
want to
draw a
play
land
Pandemic
card?
all the
Okay,
time.
draw a land card.
We want to move the panda to that pink tile that he can reach.
This one?
That would be the one he can reach.
Okay. Well,
You
yeah.
can also reach.
Nope.
No, you're right. You're right.
Alright, you got a pink one?
Yep. So then we want to flip card 1.
Okay. Oh,
6
Nice.
points. Yeah.
get it, Panda.
And then we want to move the gardener. But I don't know where yet. Where do we want to move the gardener, guys? Or was that a total mistake and we should draw land tiles instead?
There are no more land. Oh, never mind.
Tiles.
Okay, to
yes,
the watersheded yellows.
You cannot.
We cannot reach those.
Gardner only walks in straight lines. He's focused. He's breaking.
Gardner and Panda both cannot get to yellow unless they go somewhere else first. Which is what kept me from
Point-
getting
point to
6
Gardner.
points last
Yep.
round. Yeah, they're hanging out together on that same pink tile there. You
It's
got
gonna be
a
real
panda,
frustrating.
a bamboo, a gardener, and a
Gardner's gardening away in the bamboo.
Water.
He's just eating it behind him.
Why?
Okay, so the gardener choice was selected with the misunderstanding of where the gardener was.
Gotcha.
So we actually want to draw land tiles.
Sounds fine.
we got green watershed, and yellow enclosure.
Yes. That yellow
Okay.
enclosure that I needed.
Yeah,
Okay.
We can still give it to you.
they could.
Oh, you're possible.
I hope they don't.
It's very possible.
I hope they don't.
I mean, I'd be okay with you guys moving the gardener onto a space you didn't need him, so that on my turn I could move him to the yellow.
I would not be okay with that.
Drop where the pink and yellow meet. Yeah.
Here.
Over there?
Oh, pink and yellow.
Yeah.
I know my colors.
And we want the
Green or yellow.
I think we want the yellow. That won't fulfill our card because it's not symmetrical and it won't be irrigated.
Yeah.
So, honestly, it's the last turn. I say we drop it anyway. There are no good choices for us.
No.
Yellow here?
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
hope that that was integral to somebody else's plan.
Sounds like it messed up Bryce a little bit.
If that gets irrigated,
Okay, that's
would it fulfill their?
No.
okay.
Oh, okay.
No.
If it gets irrigated, it would fulfill mine.
All right. So
Good to know.
50%.
Rain.
That doesn't. So it's going to rain on this one, and then my two actions. One will be farmer, and the other one will be. Can't do this one.
They might be. They're checking now. That if that's irrigated, they may get the points.
Why did we irrigate it?
No, we don't.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, but how did it be irrigated?
If it got irrigated,
Oh, okay. Well, and the other one will be a card. So, first thing I'm gonna do is do a card. Good
Yeah,
card.
I had the same thought, Merc. I was also very upset.
That's yeah. I had the same thing with my
Check it out.
initial one that I first drew.
yeah,
Nice.
if it were irrigated.
Which
Which, if I would have drawn that on my turn,
You would have been those would be square there.
no. Ooh. Intriguing. I will. With the farmer, he's gonna march his happy. Why, Gardner? He's gonna march over there, and he's going to place some pink bamboo on those two that can actually have pink.
I
Then
need one more, please.
Nope, just two.
Nope, just
No,
a
this
roll
one
of
gets
four.
2, doesn't it?
Oh,
It's got yep.
Yeah, it's
fertilized.
fertilized.
Change your mind.
yeah, I do. Sorry, I didn't even see that fertilizing. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
Do you wanna
then he's just gonna go here instead.
That's fine.
Oh, that was a close one. I was not a fan. Because then I'll flip this up. I had one that required two.
Really, like the only thing that
Wow.
makes it so I can't
Just
complete
irrigate
that
that.
card.
Like nickel?
Just
No,
irrigate
don't do that.
But there's no irrigation.
Oh, lame.
It's fertilizer or no pandas.
And
I
you
got a
would-
fertilizer and a no panda.
You would be able to irrigate.
You could spend your irrigation stick.
Yeah.
You could. Or.
Mark. Womp womp.
All I needed was rain or sun or wind.
That's
I
rough.
would have had 6 points. So 4 out of the
Yeah,
6
that's right. Yeah.
sets. Oh, that's messed up. The lightning would have gotten me a different card for 4 points that I now can't get. So literally, that was the only thing I could have rolled with the die that didn't get me one of my 2 cards.
Sweet. I'm sorry. That's
Wow. That's ridiculously lame.
Yeah, just irrigate this. Just irrigate this.
What's funny is, if it weren't for the fact that this was a no panda eating one, that would do it because I could plant a yellow one there, send the panda to eat it, and get my card.
Oh,
But
terrible.
the panda can't get anywhere to get the yellow. So you don't get the irrigation because because it's not able to help me on this turn.
that poor panda.
So I guess I will draw a card because there's literally nothing else I can
Yeah,
do.
well, I mean,
4
yeah.
cards and 2 turns to do it. I couldn't accomplish any of it. And that's the only thing that's not irrigated. That's that doesn't make any sense. So I guess I'm gonna put down Move the Gardener just in case there's something useful from this card. Once again, I'm 1 action away from being able to do it. Because the gardener moves here, and he can grow that, but it only grows 1, and I need that to be at 4 for that card. So,
Is it 4 4s?
No, it's 4 on a
Oh gosh,
here,
On a watershed.
on a watershed.
terrible.
Yeah, I got 5 cards, and they're all so close to being able to be completed.
So close.
None of them can be. Wow.
And that was the end
That's it.
of Takenoko.
My attempts to have any shot at winning.
How many points did did chat get?
I always
There's
like
10,
just putting them
8,
together.
9, 10, 11, 21.
Hey, we tied. 21.
What'd you end up with?
30, 33,
No. Count again. Count again.
10, 20, 30.
So let's look up tiebreakers.
Two-
I also have 30
Tie first. Tie for last.
two different.
It's just like, count
I was like, come on.
All right.
One up or one down would have made no tiebreaker.
Yeah.
In the case of a tie, the player with the most points on the panda objective card wins.
So panda is the eating one.
I only have 2.
I have 2, but mine are both 5.
Is it the most point on panda objective cards?
Most points on the panda objective
You
cards.
win.
Hey!
Let's say that that's
Yay.
tied again. Is there another tiebreaker? I'm intrigued. I'm
In the
intrigued.
event of a further tie, the tied player show the victory.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And as far as tie for last, I got last place because you guys got 9 points on pandas.
Oh yeah,
And I only got 6.
Which that one being
Which-
6 is crazy.
Yeah, that's
Thanks, Stig. Yeah, that's. I think
Yes.
that was super good to do.
good win. That was a
That
blast.
was good.
That was awesome.
I love Takenoko.
Any game that comes down to tiebreakers is a good game in
Yeah.
my book.
Yeah. So
Cool.
that's Takenoko. This is the game you guys voted for. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna be doing this again, obviously, because the next one up is Petrichor. We're gonna be playing.
Oh yeah, handshake for Mark is the other tie.
The other poll's up, so go ahead and get your votes in for that so we can see what kind of flower game we're playing. Next week is probably going to be Pandemic Legacy, and that'll be fun.
Cool.
So that'll be a thing. And that's where we're at. Unless we get a role-playing game that somebody really wants to run. And then, sweet, we'll talk about that. But, likely, it's going to be Pandemic Legacy. That way we don't have to bring a whole bunch of people into the studio.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it for the day, guys. I hope you guys had fun. Oh, Merc, it gets real ironic. Steve, we could put a panda in it. There's diseases that still need names.
It has a pandemic.
Ah!
That's the joke I was trying to drop earlier.
Yeah, I know. And so, I hope you guys like watching. I hope you guys like playing. We're going to keep doing more interactive board games to get you guys excited and get playing on. And that's it. Anything else you guys want to talk about or say?
No, guys, stay safe, stay healthy.
Yeah, for everybody.
And have fun. Good to see you, Stig. I hope we
Thanks,
see you
guys.
again. And see the rest of you. Thank you guys for being here. Couldn't do it without you. And also Sharon Bebop for being awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Again, stay safe, have fun, and play more games.